I'm waiting for it to kick in.
That's what I'm saying. Hello.
What it do, guys? Welcome back to another Married True Talks. We have Albenis back on the scene. He was cruising, literally, on a cruise.
Yep.
You don't look tan, though. That's how you know you're brown.
I got tan on the day after the cruise, which we went on my dad's boat. I got tanner than the entirety of the week I was on the cruise.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, aside from that, what else has been going on? Because it's been a minute.
Nothing. I mean, video games I've been playing has been Donkey Kong Bonanza. I love that game. Controversial take 10 out of 10.
I wish I knew anything about that, bro. But
It's for the Switch. I'm a Nintendo fanboy. What can I say?
Okay. The Switch 2 came out.
The 2, yeah.
And you got it already?
Oh yeah, for sure.
How much is that right now?
$4.99, but it came with the bundle with Mario Kart.
Which one? The
new one.
The new Mario Kart.
Yeah.
I think Jen has it, so I'm just gonna.
I love that game.
Hers.
I love Mario Kart.
I'm not gonna buy a console.
Yeah.
I'm so anti buying a console. This guy always tries, and I'm like, no, we can just go to Eddie's house and play. We don't need to buy a console. Sorry, but aside from that, fun fact: I don't play video games. So sorry, I'm not one of those chicks. I like watching podcasts. I like listening to music. Oh, we just saw a Ghost concert. I don't know if you know about Ghost.
No.
Very satanic, all right? But, you know, I'm not Christian, so, like, whatever. And it was a really good concert. I did feel I was being baptized into the satanic church.
Straight into it,
like, in the pit, for real.
Epic.
But he is very theatrical. He knows how to, like, you know, sway a crowd. So, you know, I didn't feel like I needed to, like, cleanse afterwards, you know?
Your Bluetooth on your phone.
Who? My Bluetooth? I don't have Bluetooth, bro.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn, it's you, Les.
Is it? Oh, wait. Maybe you're right.
No, it's a tablet.
Sorry. My bad. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I liked it. Not as much as Disturbed. Disturbed, I think, is like the best.
I think as long as you got entertained, it doesn't matter.
Oh, no, it was awesome. I honestly was scared at first, you know? Because even though, I mean, I'm not a Christian, but I believe in God, and I was like, fuck, this guy literally is a Satanist, like, for real. Like, he owns
with the
it.
circles and everything.
Like, yeah, the pentagram, like, he owns that shit. I respect it, whatever, you know? I'd rather you tell me what you believe in than tell me a lie when you really believe in it, you know? I'd rather that. But still, you know, I was scared, and part of me was like, should I pray? Like, and then I was like, nah, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then he came out with the Satanas, Lucifer, and I was like, oh shit. And I was like, doing this.
Counter, you gotta counter it.
Literally.
Maybe if enough people do that, it'll counter it.
Bro, there was kids in there and everything.
Bruh.
Like young
That's
kids.
Crazy.
I was like, and then Eddie, you know Eddie, he was like, yeah, they're starting early. That way they don't get,
get,
you know, in the propaganda of Christianity and Catholicism. I was like,
nice.
You're so fucked up. It's like, it's still programming, Eddie. It's just different. It's a different type of programming. But it was cool. It was a cool experience. Anybody who doesn't know who Ghost is, check it out. You know, I'm not saying follow the religion. I'm just saying check it out. All right, so speaking of religion, politics is clearly a religion. And I do follow that one. You do too. Yep. So let's get on with, let's start with the Epstein stuff because it hasn't stopped. It's like
I don't think it's going to stop.
Yeah, I don't think it's, and
I hope it doesn't stop.
Hopefully it'll stop eventually once they get like everything they need to get, but hopefully it stops because fuck, it's been going on for longer than I thought, honestly. But there's a video that I want to put first. This is Michael Cohen. This is a guy, I don't know, you know, there's guy, if anybody doesn't know, this guy was in the Trump organization for over a decade, and they asked him about if Donald Trump had any relationships with Epstein, and I would have thought that he would have probably said yes, even if it was a lie, because he doesn't like Donald Trump. But he didn't do that. Check it out. Yeah, I thought you were. Yeah, it's just short.
Show you guys something that's even going to spook you a little bit. Okay. Tell me who hates Trump the most. The last 10 years, since 2016, can you tell me who hates Trump the most?
That's a long list.
By the way, that's a long list.
No, but I want you to go who was close ally, who hates him the most.
You're going to play Nancy Pelosi.
No, I'm not going to play Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, that's a good clip on Pelosi.
I'm not going to play Pelosi. You're not going to be able to guess what I'm going to play.
His old fixer, Michael Cohen.
Okay, Rob, play this clip. Watch this here. Okay.
What can you speak to about
is
your
yesterday.
time with Donald Trump as it relates to Jeffrey Epstein, if at all?
So actually, I fell into Trump's orbit around 2005, but I became part of the Trump organization as the executive vice president and special counsel in 2007. From the time that I started to the time that I finished in 2018, I actually never heard him mention Jeffrey Epstein at all. I never saw Jeffrey Epstein in the office when I was one of the
guy hates him.
10,000 hours
Listen, keep
in
listening.
Trump's office doing work with him. I never heard Jeffrey Epstein on the phone or even call into the office. There was no relationship from the time that I started at the org to the time that I left.
And so how do you then, when you kind of look at what is transpiring now and the way he's handling it, what do you make of the way he's handling it, the reason why this scandal, if you will, this controversy, this individual has captivated so much attention and raised a lot of serious, legitimate questions?
Sure, because that's what they campaigned on. That's what he sold to his MAGA base.
Yeah, that's that part I don't agree with. But so that guy said that. So that's one person who doesn't like Donald Trump, who says that he's not believing the whole Donald Trump is associated to Epstein in the way that mainstream media is insinuating. Then recently, this video that you sent me, Epstein pleading the fifth, all of a sudden circulates on the internet, which I think is a coincidence. I'm kidding, it's not a coincidence. If you can find that, it's a link for X. See, yeah, there you go. That's it. That's the video that. Yeah, please.
Have you ever had a personal
2010.
relationship with Donald Trump?
What do you mean by personal relationships?
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment rights, sir.
Have you ever had a personal relationship with
That's
Donald Trump?
It was just that. Yeah.
He pleaded 3 amendments.
Yeah, the 5th, the 6th, and the 14th Amendment. Okay, so what goes through your mind when you saw that video?
As far as the Michael Cohen thing, we have to understand that at the end of the day, the person that has the power of the information is the DOJ that's right now. It's Donald Trump. Because if they were the ones that said there is no list and he killed himself, they have full control of anything that comes out. Full control.
The DOJ does not have all the information. The DOJ is a prosecution agency.
They're still the ones that have the information in their side.
They only have the information that's given to them.
So then it comes from the FBI. The point is that it comes from this administration.
The FBI also is not intel.
It still comes from this. It's still under this administration. The point is that it's under this administration. They have the information on their side. If Michael Cohen steps out of line and says something that will actually trigger Donald Trump, who's to say that they can't just say, "Oh yeah, he's in it too."
Okay. So then, what do you think about the Epstein thing? I
mean, there's a lot of. First of all, disinformation. Second of all, a lot of deflections out there. There's no reasons to be talking about all like for example, he's bringing literally today or yesterday he truth posted about Obama. Mark Levine talking about Obama from 2010 or some shit like that. That's a distraction from.
But if you're going to go back and talk about Trump's past, don't you think that opens a window?
Hold everybody accountable, but he's the one in power. He's the one that brought a mob to the Capitol. Obama didn't do that. Okay. Biden didn't do that.
We can get to that.
But that's what I'm saying. He's the reason.
There's too much hypocrisy involved. You can't say that we have to look into this person's past, but then it's wrong to look into this person's past.
Look at everybody's past.
Okay, but then if you find something, then you can't.
That's fine. That's why I say hold everybody accountable.
So then, when it comes to the Epstein thing, people think that he's playing the fifth. At least I believe people think he's playing the fifth because perhaps Donald Trump is implicated in some type of child CP stuff. I don't think that. If you are guilty and the person that you are being collected to is not guilty, and you say yes, you are insinuating that person is guilty with you, and that person can go after you in every shape or form.
Donald Trump
so of
himself.
course he would plead the fifth. I would plead the fifth too.
Donald Trump himself multiple times has bashed the Fifth Amendment. He has said if you plead the fifth, you're automatically guilty.
Yeah.
Those are his
but
words.
It doesn't change the fact. It doesn't change the fact that if you're pleading the fifth, and they're insinuating that you did something wrong, and maybe you know you did something wrong, but then they're saying, hey, but what about Marianne? And you know I didn't do anything wrong. You're gonna say yes when you know I'm not guilty and you are. You can't say yes. You have to plead the fifth because I will sue you to oblivion.
But you have to
and
admit,
you know that.
But you have to admit that it looks guilty.
Looks does not mean it is.
Okay. But,
looks doesn't mean it is.
Okay, so who are the
that's
people
why there's
who
laws.
Okay, who are the people that got punished for that?
For what?
For the first thing that he did and then the second part that he did. Because he got arrested twice.
We're talking about Epstein?
Yeah. Who got punished?
Arrested. Well, honestly, nobody got punished.
Exactly. Ghislaine Maxwell was the only one that got punished. She got 20 years.
And who punished her?
No, but wait, because that same person.
Who punished her?
But wait, because that
Whose
same
administration
that same
punished
person
her?
is also saying that he can pardon her.
Admit it.
It was Trump.
Okay.
And
hold on.
And he wished her well.
So hold on.
And he said, I wish her well.
Let's pin it. Donald Trump's administration punished her. Okay. Who was there before Trump? That's not a deflection.
Yes,
that's a fact. Who was there before Trump?
It was Obama.
Okay. Why didn't Obama do anything about it?
That to me doesn't matter because at the
it
end
does
of the
matter.
Day, no,
because it means he was complicit.
At the
it does
end,
matter.
Okay. If Obama is implicated in some way, then let him be implicated.
He probably is.
But right now, Obama is a has-been. He's a has-been president. Whatever he did.
Obama had influence over Biden's presidency.
And you think Obama should be scared?
And Obama had influence. Oh yeah, he most definitely should be scared.
But But President Trump gave him immunity.
He already had immunity.
No.
Yes, he did.
No, they literally went to the Supreme Court to fight for. No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he did.
And then they established immunity even more because they were questioning Trump.
Trump was questioning the level of immunity that he had, and he took it to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court was like, "Yes, you indeed have immunity, and not only you, but past presidents as well."
And I'm sure,
and it includes Obama.
Okay, and I'm sure there's probably loopholes to it because we're gonna get to Obama, but because you touched Obama and I'm touching Obama too, you brought up January 6th, and you're saying that was a breach of transition of power. What Obama did with Russiagate, well, it wasn't a breach of transition of power. That was significantly worse.
Where is the evidence to that?
It's in the documents.
They're going to release it.
They've already released it. And they're
it.
continuing to release it. They've already released 2 bundles of documents to the CIA.
So where's the evidence and why isn't Obama arrested?
Well, you can't arrest him off of just that. They need to. Hello, you know how this. I mean, I'm assuming you know how this works.
But there needs to be another action. If the information is out there needs to be an action after that.
You're 100% right. But you can't admit that if they have evidence on him, and I don't think treason was going to be one of them.
So why the rules for him and not for the other?
For who?
Why isn't the rules equal for both sides? Why can't Trump also get?
Where is the evidence on Trump though?
He literally brought a mob to the Capitol.
And they were
and then pardoned them.
And they were pardoned. That's it.
It's over. Those are terrorists.
It's over. No, they're not.
They were what?
No, they're not.
They were in our.
No, they're not.
They were in Congress. They were on the House floor.
There was a literal woman.
They were on the House floor. They were smashing police's heads on the ground.
There was a literal woman. You are full of propaganda.
They were smashing a person's head to the ground. How can you say that they're not terrorists?
Because you are only believing what you want to believe. If you watch Kill Tony, which I'm assuming you don't. Do you like humor? Dark humor? Satire? I do. I love it because the world is so dark you have to laugh.
So people didn't die that day?
People died. Not a cop though. No cop died.
No, not a cop.
Innocent people did die.
People did die, right?
Yeah, innocent people died.
And why did they die?
Because they were fucking being stupid.
And why were they? Who were they following that they were being stupid? The Capitol stupid.
But not all people were being stupid. And you're saying that everybody that was there should be in prison forever.
Not all of them. No, not all of them. No, not all of them. There was people on the House floor that had weapons, that had zip ties, that were prepared to be in that situation.
And they served 4 years.
And they still got pardoned.
And they served 4 years.
4 years?
That's what else do you want? You want death? What do you want? You claim that we're living in a fascist government, and you want a fascist government.
They got 4 years. They were prosecuted immediately right after.
They got 4 years.
They got persecuted right after.
Dude,
they went through the due process that quick.
They were forced into a guilty plea deal.
Because
they were forced into
there's
prison.
so much substantial evidence.
I don't care. You don't
You
do
have to
that
care,
to
it's
citizens.
evidence.
You don't do that to citizens.
You literally
don't
invaded
do
the
that to
Capitol. The
citizens.
last people that invaded
The
our Capitol were
is
foreigners.
Public, Albenis. The Capitol is a public place.
Yes.
You can walk in there. We were there
As long
3
as you're
months ago.
Yes, as long as you're calm and collected,
Okay.
and there's an orderly fashion to the
Yes,
things that you're doing.
sure.
But they took it out of hand. Do
It
you think
doesn't-
it was a cause that took it
At
out
the
of
end of
hand?
the day, they served their time and they were in there for 4 years. And
And
what
they
you're
got
saying
pardoned.
is they should have rotted in jail.
I didn't
That's
say
what
that.
you're saying.
I never said
You're
that.
insinuating that.
No, I'm not insinuating
And you're
that.
also insinuating
I'm
that
not.
innocent people should also have gotten in
Nope.
there. There was actually a woman. The reason why I brought up Kill Tony is there was an actual woman who was literally
Nope.
She walked into the Capitol. I recommend you watch it. She walks into the Capitol, an elderly woman, and she's in Kill Tony because she wants to be a comedian. She lives in California, and she literally said that they literally tried to put her in jail when she was walking in. She didn't destroy anything. She didn't do anything. All she did was walk in because they allowed people
Okay.
to walk into the Capitol. So what I want you to understand is you're following a literal propaganda machine and you want people to believe that literal people that walked into the Capitol, even those who committed a crime, they served their time. But what Obama did, no, that's perfectly fine. What Obama did is perfectly fine because
Obama
there's no
didn't
evidence
encourage
of that.
a mob.
There's no evidence of that.
Obama didn't
He did
say-
worse.
Obama
He
didn't
did
tell the
worse.
Proud Boys,
He
stand
literally
down and stand by.
Dude, the Proud Boy leader was not even there, and he got indicted. He got indicted.
Trump still
What are you
Trump
talking
still
about?
told them stand down and stand by.
Okay.
To the Proud Boys.
So you think?
To the Proud
Okay,
Boys.
hold on. So let me understand what you're saying. So you're saying that what Obama did by weaponizing the intel community against a literally elected president is not as bad as January 6th. That's what you're saying? I want to make sure we're on record.
What I'm
here.
saying
What you're
is that why are we still trying to deflect to Obama and to Biden when I've already
Because
said
that's
multiple
worse.
times? No.
That's
what
worse.
the fuck are you talking about?
You think that's not good?
The person in power. Okay, but we're just gonna turn a blind eye to January 6th, like completely.
Dude, it already happened. Why are you still talking about
Why
it?
are we still talking about the 2020 election?
Because
What the
this
fuck?
Because this is literal weaponization of the intel community. This is like, what do you mean? Why are we still talking about it? People need to people need to be held accountable for this. This is like, if you talk about the
Exactly.
establishment,
Exactly.
This is the establishment literally using its power against the people.
And you think Trump is anti-establishment?
Uh,
You think he's draining the swamp?
I don't think he's anti-establishment.
You think he's draining the
I
swamp?
don't think he's a populist either.
You think he's draining the swamp?
I don't know.
Because the swamp is as deep as ever.
I honestly don't know.
The swamp is as deep as ever.
What I do know is that
But why can't we talk about that?
Whatever Tulsi is doing, I hope
I
something
don't
comes out of
care.
it.
I don't care about what Obama has done. If there is
Got
something
it. So
wrong,
you don't care that they weaponize the intel
Okay.
community. That's what you're saying.
No,
You don't
yeah,
care.
no, that's where you cut me off. So yeah, so if Obama did anything wrong, hold him accountable to it. But I don't care that much about him because he has no power over anyone right now.
I disagree
The
with that.
only person that has power right now over the House, over Congress in general, over the SCOTUS is Trump. He's
Okay.
the only one that has that kind
You're
of
right.
power. So
So-
why are we not judging him?
I mean, we are.
But you're not, because you're turning a blind eye to everything that he does. OBBB.
What has he done that is terrible?
Liberation Day.
How is Liberation Day bad?
Tariffs.
The stock market went up. The stock market has been at all time.
The stock market, and I've said this before on your show, and you can look back. The stock market is not an equal representation of the economy.
I agree. I 100% agree.
Exactly.
But your argument,
You think tariffs are good then?
Your argument a while ago was that it's going to make everything more expensive and
Yes.
inflation and whatever. That
And
hasn't
it is.
happened.
But it
That hasn't
has.
happened. No, it
Inflation is.
hasn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it hasn't. It's on record. Inflation is at all-time lows. It has not happened.
Inflation is at 2.7. It's going up.
But it's not.
It's
where
not
it
at
was.
all-time lows.
It's not where it was in Biden's term. So this perspective.
Okay,
that
but listen to me.
tariffs
Listen
are
to
making
me.
things more.
It's how
whatever.
much it's going up. It's okay. I think you're misunderstanding what inflation is. Inflation is how much prices are going up month to month. As in this month, it went up 2.3. This month, it went up 2.7. It's still going up.
Gas is down. Food is down.
Okay, but
What are we talking
the
about?
CPI report is 2.7%, which is up. You think that they're going to be able to?
The CPI report is mainly Democrats in it. 2.7% is up. 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 You know that, right? It is. You can look it up. The CBI report is mainly Democrats. And what I want to figure out is, why are we only relying on the CBI? Why don't we have other independent agencies doing that too? Why are you only relying on the CBI?
CPI is literally what? This is the most reliable resource
Oh,
that
really?
you have.
They've been wrong before. That's on
Of
record.
course,
They've been wrong
and
before.
they revise it. And in fact,
Okay.
every single revision in this term has been negative. And every single revision, if not all of them, was in Biden administration too. There was revisions on both of them, for negative and for positive. I don't understand this mistrust in the CPI.
There should not be only
So
a CBI.
what? So what? Only
It
the
should be-
information that Trump posts is
No,
the,
it should just be an independent agency, not just a CBI. The CBI is not independent. And especially because the majority of people there, again, are leftist. I'm not going to believe
If
when
they're
it's just
leftist, then
one
why did
ideology.
they give Obama or Biden the highest inflation rate of all time?
Because it was the highest inflation. They couldn't lie about that. They couldn't lie about that. It was really bad. If they would have lied, everybody would have just been like,
Okay.
all right, you're full of shit.
So
You're
what?
full of shit.
Okay, so I want you to explain to me what tariffs are, please.
It's a tax.
Okay, who pays for it?
The companies pay for it. The countries pay for it. And
No.
consumers
What
pay for
countries?
it too.
What countries?
What do you mean, what countries?
What countries?
Whoever we're doing business with.
No, they do not pay the tariffs.
Yes, they do.
Nope.
Yes, they do.
Nope.
We just did a deal with Japan, and Japan agreed
And that was fake.
to
And
pay
Japan
20% of tariffs.
and Japan has denied that.
Okay, all right. You want to fact check it?
Go check
All right,
to
can
see
you
if
double check that? Please.
What am I looking for?
I mean, we're going off topic here, but sure. Japan and Vietnam. Vietnam. I can never say that name right.
Okay, what am I asking?
Did they make a deal with Japan and Vietnam, or is that official? Is that in the making, in the
Who made the
process?
deal? Did who make
Us.
the deal?
Trump
Did
and
Trump
Japan.
make a deal? The Trump administration make a deal with Japan recently. Look into that. Well, why are you doing that? We're going off topic. I want to continue on with Epstein.
For tariffs, right?
Yeah, for tariffs. They said they agreed to pay, what was it, 15%? They did something about investment with steel. That's been ongoing though, but it supposedly was official. So if you can look into that.
Searching.
Okay. Let me know.
Okay.
He was just talking to somebody from Europe recently, some older woman.
I have to summarize it because it's very long.
All right, summarize it.
Japan has denied it.
Dumb it
basically.
down for me, please.
So yeah,
Because I'm a sixth grader.
Japan has denied it.
Okay, I'll put it over here. Let's put it on the.
Where does it say Japan has denied it? Is what I want.
On the Japan news.
Sorry, hold on.
Japan news sites have said that it's false.
Please, so everybody can see.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so it says here, deal with Japan. Tariffs on Japanese cars lowered to 15%, down from 25 to 27%. In return, Japan agreed to invest $550 billion in the U.S. economy, agriculture, energy, semiconductors, defense. U.S. automakers are upset, saying it gives Japanese companies an unfair edge. Deal with Vietnam. Tariffs on Vietnamese goods are lowered to 20% from the 46%. A 40% tariff remains on goods transshipped from countries like China through Vietnam. Vietnam will remove tariffs on U.S. exports and cooperate on immigration and trade regulation.
But ask, why is Japan denying that they made this deal?
I mean, my biggest point in
I
bringing
don't
this up,
understand why they would
the
deny
biggest
it.
point in
Doesn't make
bringing
any
this
sense.
up is that the other countries don't pay for these tariffs. At the end of the day, it's the U.S. consumer and the U.S. based company. They're the ones that pay the tariffs. And when they go on Fox News or whatever it is news that they go on and they start saying, hey, look at all this revenue, 122 billion or some shit like that. That's do you know what revenue means in that like context? Do you know what revenue means in the tariff context?
To me, revenue is income, but what does it mean in
It's income, but you know where they're taking it from? Your pocket, my pocket, Laz's pocket, everybody's pocket, not the country's
then why
pocket.
is the Secretary of Treasury saying that the majority of them are eating they're eating it in their profits. You're saying that he's lying?
The majority of them could be eating it, but you know why they're eating it right now? Because it's so uncertain. So why would they?
So then I don't understand. You're contradicting yourself.
I'm not contradicting myself.
You're saying that we're the ones paying the majority of it, and that things are going up in price. But then
the consumer is.
You're saying that they're eating it. So
once the companies stop eating it and it starts to actually reflect on us, because it has. That's the problem. It's not black or white. It's that a lot of them have been eating it, but not all of them. A lot of them have also been putting it on us. Not everybody.
Okay.
But it's a balance between the two of them right now. There's some people that are big enough to be able to withstand these tariffs and are willing to pay for it right now because everything is so uncertain.
Do you rather tariffs over taxes? I mean, do you rather taxes over tariffs?
100%.
I completely disagree with you. I'd rather a tariff over a tax. I'd rather no tax, actually.
So you'd rather cause a trade war with other countries?
I don't think it's a trade war because we are the biggest market. They want to buy from us. They want our business.
Tariffs are what we get from other countries.
If they want to do business with us, they're going to have to pay. You're making it seem like we're the only ones paying. That doesn't make any sense.
In tariffs,
there is a transaction. They have to pay too.
When we get stuff from them, we pay for it. When they get stuff from us, we pay for it.
No, they pay for it.
Yeah, whatever. Yes. Okay. I misspoke. Yes.
So, but that's not what happened. That's not what was happening
for
the past 30 fucking 40 years. I want them to pay for it. I want them to pay something.
The countries are not going to pay for it. They don't see that end of the receipt. We're the ones that are paying for it as the consumers.
We're not the only ones paying for it.
Yes, we are. The other countries don't help us. The other countries do not help us.
You really believe?
No, I know
that tariffs are only that doesn't make sense. You don't have to be an economist to understand that doesn't make any sense. If I want to work with India and I want to buy something from India and India wants to buy something from me and I'm telling India, if you want to buy something from me, you got to pay a tax, and they do vice versa.
But it's not just buying stuff. It's not just buying stuff.
That's literally what we're doing right now.
It's not just buying stuff. It's people creating stuff in other countries and then bringing it here. It's the same, but it's the same thing. It's even worse because it cuts the other country even more out of the picture. Because it's a U.S. based company.
You can bring that company over here, which is another
exactly,
reason why you're doing it.
And I agree with that. I 100% agree with trying to move the companies outsourced and move them back into the.
That takes too long at the same time. That takes like 4 to 10
years. No, the problem is the way that he attacked the problem is not the solution. Tariffs are not the solution because tariffs are just hurting the consumer and it's making the wealthy wealthier. And especially in hand holding with OBBB. One big beautiful bill is just one big tax shield for the wealthy. It's a giant tax shield for the wealthy, and I can show you specific sections that show you specific moments where they benefit the corporations over.
Yes, I know they benefit the.
But not just any corporation, because it's not like all three of us can make a corporation right now and we get these massive benefits.
No, it's
the biggest corporations that get. Yeah. Okay. So and what happened in France, or what happened in the USSR? What happened in these places that the wealth all accumulated to the top, to the tippity top, and the bottom have almost no money? What happened to those regimes?
I mean, they collapsed.
Exactly. So what are we trying to do right now? Are we trying to make the wealthy wealthier? Because that's what the OBBB is doing. That's what Trump is doing. His whole administration is filled with billionaires and loyalists. But he's not a fascist, though. And all he does is joking.
And what was Obama's administration for? What was Biden's administration?
Do you see what I mean? Why do we deflect?
I'm not deflecting.
Talk about Trump. I want to talk about Trump. I don't want to talk about Obama anymore.
I am comparing.
You
cannot critique
comparing is deflecting.
No, it's not.
Talk about Trump. Talk about Trump. Talk about Trump.
Comparing is
He's
not
your
deflecting.
president, right? He's
our president, bro.
He's your president. You voted for him.
Yes.
Okay, so he's your president.
Are you living in America right now?
He's your president right now.
Are you living in America right now? Okay, so
talk about him. You voted for him. Talk about him.
He's our president.
You voted for him.
Yes,
talk about him.
But he's our president. Don't be saying he's your president.
So he's our president. So
Biden was our president.
Talk about him. So talk about him.
Okay, I don't agree with you.
Talk about him.
I don't agree with you. I don't agree that okay. I don't understand what your hate is with the wealthy. What is your hate with the wealthy? Let's start there.
Let's see right here.
I want to know. Do you not want to
Section 70106, extension and enhancement of increased estate and gift tax exemptions amount. Do you know what that means?
Explain it to me. You have really nice handwriting.
Thank you. Tax cuts for rich, basically.
It does.
This allows the wealthiest families to shield even more wealth from taxation.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I read that.
Significantly raises the threshold at which estate and gifts taxes apply, allowing individuals to pass on tens of millions of dollars without incurring taxes liability. Because only the ultra wealthy have estates large enough to exceed the old threshold, this change does nothing for the poor or middle class. It is a direct transfer of long-term tax relief to the richest families, entrenching wealth across generations while offering no comparable benefit to working Americans.
So I want to ask you, why do you hate the rich so much?
What do the rich do to you? How do they benefit
provide me jobs.
Yeah.
They give me
at minimum
roads.
wage. Yeah.
They're the reason why I'm living in a building right now.
Oh, they're the one that give you roads. It's not the government's job to give you roads.
No, it's not. It's the taxpayer, and the majority
Exactly.
of the taxes are coming from the rich. It's not coming from you
No,
or from
because
me.
I'm literally showing you how they're getting more tax
Albenis,
shielding from.
We
from,
don't pay jack
You think
compared to them.
what? What? There's
40%.
Donald Trump paid zero taxes.
The top, yeah, because of
I
real
paid
estate.
more than him.
Because he owns a bunch of real estate.
Exactly. And you don't think that all the other rich people have real estate?
No, not all of them do.
No,
not all
you don't
of
think
them
that they do it to have
No,
this,
there's a lot of
this exact section of the OBB to benefit them.
There's a lot of multimillionaires that don't have real estate.
Donald
They have
Trump literally
and Bitcoin.
dug a grave in his own golf course to get tax exempted. That's not wrong. That's not wrong.
I honestly, no.
No.
When you know
so
how
this
to
is why
use
we
the
have
system,
no universal healthcare. This is why we have trash infrastructure.
We don't need universal healthcare.
This is why we're the slowest internet. This is why we have the poorest education. This is why we have to cut money from
Bro,
food.
your parents came from a third world country. Why do you have this perspective?
What do you
Your
mean?
parents fled from Cuba, where they literally implemented the same policies you are pushing right now, and yet here you are.
What policies am I pushing for? I'm pushing against these policies.
You're encouraging a socialist ideology.
I'm pushing against these policies.
Universal healthcare is socialist.
Am I the one in power?
Socialist.
Am I the one in power, or am I just pointing out what's in power right now?
I'd rather a capitalist saying,
okay,
let's protect the wealthy.
But let's be real.
Because if you want to become wealthy, you can be protected.
But let's be real and look at the numbers.
Okay, I'm being real.
How much?
I'm telling you the honesty. I prefer that over a socialist country.
Can you please
I'm being honest.
ask ChatGPT how much the 1% pays in taxes compared to the other 99%, please? Thank you.
I believe I looked up the top 40% of people, the top 10% of people pay 40% of taxes, something like that. I had looked it up not so long ago.
1% paying taxes and what else?
Compared to the 99%. Our very own president.
There's people under the 1%. There's the top 10%.
Yeah, no, I'm just going for the top 1%. Just trying to make it as small as possible.
You're obsessed with the 1%.
No, I'm just trying to make it as small as possible.
Because the 1% are not the only wealthy people out there. There's 1%, there's top 10%.
No, I know, but they're the ones that are going to benefit the most from this. That's why I care so much.
They're all going to benefit. They're all wealthy. They're all fucking wealthy.
So the key takeaway is that the top 1% of income earners pay a disproportionately large share of total income taxes, nearly double their share of total income. Meanwhile, the bottom 50% pay very little in income tax due to tax credits, deductions, and lower rates. Let me see.
The rich are the reason why we have roads. This is a fact. Any economist that is a libertarian, not a socialist economist, I don't know what economists you follow, but Milton Friedman, who actually used to be a socialist, who ended up becoming a libertarian, would tell you, I'm sure you've read his stuff, or at least I would hope you've read his stuff, considering how much you like economy, that you cannot demonize people because they make more than you. That's what you're doing.
But we can demonize people because they come from a different country.
I mean, if they came here illegally, you want to touch on that? If they came here illegally, yes.
Before you touch on that, so this is like a summary of like basically everything I was writing. The top 1% of U.S. earners, those making over $682,000 a year, pay about 42% of all federal income taxes, even though they earn around 26% of all income. Their average tax rate is 25.9%. The bottom 50% of earners pay only about 2.3% of federal income taxes, with an average tax rate of 3.4%. Overall, the top 1% pay a much larger share of taxes.
Obviously.
Than their share of
Because they make a fuck ton of money. So of course they have to pay more. Because we cannot afford. Do you understand that?
You don't understand.
No, you don't understand.
understand.
ChatGPT just schooled you and you still don't want to believe it because you are obsessed with this.
No.
What economist do you listen to? I'm honestly curious. Do you know who Thomas Sowell is? He's a black historian and an economist who will literally tell you that you have lost it when it comes to the 1%. You're obsessed.
So this is beneficial. So make them pay less.
They're still paying, guy. They're just protected.
Their
wealth is protected. And it should be because they actually earned it. They worked for it.
So we want more expensing. We want
Let me ask you a question. Do you want to become wealthy one day?
Oh, actually, I have an actual reason for that. So you know that there's a lot of these countries that don't do their banking and stuff here in the U.S., right?
What do they do it?
They do it.
Oh, they offshore. Oh, you're talking about the.
So,
I've heard.
Because this also touches on that. Apple, for
They
example.
have trusts and stuff, right?
Yeah. So Apple has intellectual property in Ireland.
Yes.
And they get subsidies off that. They don't have to pay taxes on that.
But that's Ireland, though, doing that. Ireland's allowing that.
But it's income that they make here in the U.S.
Oh, I don't agree with it. I'm just saying Ireland allows it. I'm just saying. I don't agree with it. They should keep their money here. But hey, if they want to fucking put their money somewhere else, and the European country allows it, I'm sure they get a kickback out of allowing them to have their money there anyway. But answer my question: do you want to be wealthy one day?
But of course.
Okay, so wouldn't you want to be protected too? Wouldn't you want your son and whatever kids you decide to have in the future to be protected? And their generational wealth to be protected?
If I have enough wealth that I don't have to worry about it, then yes, of course I'm going to give back to the community.
That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you, if you want to be wealthy one day, would you want your wealth to be protected?
I would want to give back to the community, yes.
Okay. But that's your choice. I'm not asking if you want to be a humanitarian. If you want to be wealthy one day, which you said you did, I mean, who doesn't? Then you want to be protected and you want generational wealth for your family. There's nothing wrong with that then. There's nothing wrong with you wanting to be wealthy and protecting your wealth. If you don't want to be wealthy, then it's perfectly fine for you to attack it. But it's kind of contradictory if you're just telling me that you want to be wealthy.
So at what level can you stop seeing the money? Because after a certain amount of money,
I'm
you
not
just can't see it
saying use
anymore.
it for evil, but there's nothing wrong with wanting money, and there shouldn't be a cap. You should want as much money as you want. Why should there be a cap? There shouldn't be a limit.
So make the wealthy wealthier.
No, make anybody who wants to make money wealthy.
But how when you're making it harder?
I don't think you're making it harder.
Why?
Well, for example, we're going to talk about the OBB stuff. We'll continue this. This is a topic you want to hit. Medicaid and what is the other one? And SNAPs.
Yeah, they cut.
They didn't cut.
They did cut.
They did not cut.
Yes.
They are fading out the people that are not supposed to be on it. That is not cutting. That is literally reducing the people that are leeching off the
system. So restrictions on internet expenses is not cutting
Why do you need that?
To apply for jobs?
You
do you not want these people that
you have a phone. People can apply through a job through a phone. You have
You think
Wi-Fi.
everybody has a phone?
Wi-Fi is free.
If they need
yes, most people do have phones. Even
housing,
homeless people have phones.
If they need housing with internet, do you think they have a phone?
Albenis, if you want a job, you will find it regardless whether you have a phone or you don't.
How about cutting funding to the states and making the states take the
I think that's a good idea too.
Yeah?
Yeah, because a lot of states are using it for illegals, like California and New York City.
What about the?
So yeah, I agree
What
with
about
that
the states that don't have as much as California or don't have as much as Florida?
They need to figure it out. 10th Amendment. Figure it out.
So fuck those people that are living in those other states.
No, I'm just saying, figure it out.
fuck. Exactly. So you're saying fuck them.
I mean, figure it out.
That's exactly fuck them.
What do you like? What do you want me to do?
No. Say it the way you. Fuck them. That's what you're saying.
I said figure it out. You're saying fuck them.
You're saying human beings.
Human beings
that had Medicaid one
that
moment.
are abled people need to figure it out, and we need to stop smothering human beings. They're not children. They're adults who need to figure it out. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, funny because this talks about children too. SNAP benefits for school, for food.
What about that?
Did you get free lunch at school?
I didn't. My parents actually paid for it,
Oh,
and
nice.
I think that's perfectly fine.
I was not as fortunate, so I had free lunch at school.
Okay, well that's
and that's something that my children will not have if this continues.
I mean, what do you? What do you want me to,
Isn't
it your job to feed your child?
And what if something happens that I can't work?
Then I'm sure there's exceptions. At least there should be exceptions.
You think that this authoritarian
I'm sure
ass
the school
bill
will make exceptions for kids. You are, again, fear-mongering.
I'm fear-mongering.
Yes. But yeah, in generic terms, you are a parent. You need to provide for your child. I shouldn't have to pay for your child's lunch. You should be paying for your child's lunch.
So what does no waiver may be granted unless the state's unemployment rate is at or above 10%? What does that sound like to you? Does that not sound like cutting?
Explain what you just said, bro. Like, talk to me like regularly.
It's modifications to SNAP.
Okay, what about it? That's food stamps, right? SNAP.
No waiver may be granted
Uh-huh.
unless the state's unemployment rate is at or above 10%. Is that not cutting?
What is 10%? What does that even mean?
The unemployment rate of that state
the unemployment of the state
needs to be
at 10%.
Needs to be at 10% for waivers to be given out for SNAP.
How would they even measure that?
What do you mean? The same way that we measure CPI.
That's
what I'm saying.
That's been so well measured.
How can you not? How can you not?
It's been so well measured. Let me tell you.
It's literally covered by every other, like every nation uses CPI because we are the world reserve currency. That's how they measure what they need to do. In fact, that's the reason why they're ahead of the curve, and Europe has been cutting while we have been holding.
Europe is doing such a fabulous job in every sense of the word. I'm being sarcastic. Dude, SNAP, Medicaid, except Medicare. Medicare, they need to protect that. Protect the elderly. But pregnant women, protect them too. Everybody else in between, bro, figure it out. Figure it out. I don't care. People need to figure it out. We need to stop the LBJ era. Stop the FDR era. That era needs to die. It's over. It's time for you to get out of your ass, work for everything you want in this life. Again, we are a capitalist country. We're not Cuba. We're not fucking like
so the CEOs,
Canada.
the CEOs that are getting paid so much, they
work their ass off to be CEOs.
They worked how many times? They worked like what 300 times what the average worker makes. They work that much more.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm not a CEO. Well, technically I am, but I'm a small fucking tiny little shit. We're a two person.
You think Jeff Bezos worked 300 times what the Amazon worker?
Jeff Bezos had to bust his ass to become Jeff Bezos.
And yeah, of course, for sure, with the hedge funds, the corporation, of course, so much work that he had to go through to
you really downplay CEOs. Like, you really downplay.
He had hedge fund connection from the very beginning.
Again,
you can check that.
You make it seem like capital is all you need to have to build something. It's not. It's not just capital. It's consistency, it's vision, it's fucking discipline. There's so many things that you need to do to build what you want to build.
Okay, but if you have the capital off the get-go, isn't that one of the hardest things to get?
Sure, but it's not the only thing.
So you don't think that somebody that had direct connections and was buddies with a bunch of hedge funds didn't have direct access to capital?
Listen, bro, I don't like Jeff Bezos, but I'm not going to downgrade his success.
I'm not downgrading his success. All I'm saying is that he hasn't worked 300 times, or he doesn't work 300 times what the average Amazon worker does.
You don't know what the fuck he does. Considering how much he has going on right now, he probably works 10 times harder than his fucking employees. His employees are just, 8-hour shifts?
Okay, so Elon Musk then.
I mean...
How much work is he putting in?
I don't like that guy, so...
but he was in your administration.
I don't like that guy.
But he was such a cool guy.
Our administration.
He was such a cool guy, like a couple months ago.
I mean, he is a cool guy, but I never liked him. I don't like Neuralink. I don't fucking like... is it Neuralink with someone with the fucking chip in the brain?
But he was so likable back then. I don't understand.
No, bro, I never fucking liked him. I never fucking liked him. He was fucking weird. I thought it was... The Doge thing was a good idea. But I didn't like that they cut Ramaswamy out. But then again, I realized it's because Ramaswamy wants to be a governor of Ohio, and that's why he left. But he said he was temporary. He didn't say he was going to stay there forever. So I didn't like how he acted afterwards. But then again, I wasn't surprised either. So let me know anything you want to talk about.
So you think your tariffs are going to bring
He did tariffs in the first.
So but you think that that's going to bring a general quality of life?
I think you need to bring a general quality of life. That's up to you, not up to the administration. You control your life, not the administration.
Does the administration not control, for example, fear?
No, you
No?
do. You allow fear to affect you. You can react or not react.
A worker who is sitting in front of their job and they are in the middle of the legal process of becoming a legal person, and they're doing it as legal as possible.
Your transitions are great, by the way. They're really good. I'm waiting for you to make a fucking podcast already. It's annoying me.
Once, like, those people that are there in front of their job, somebody just pulls up an unmarked vehicle with masks, just come here and let's fucking go.
I'm assuming you're not okay with the masks. I'm assuming you're not okay with the
I'm
masks.
not okay with unmarked vehicles with masked persons that we don't know taking our citizens away.
They're not citizens.
But they're in the process of trying to become citizens.
No, they're not.
But they are.
You can't become a citizen if you came here illegally. And you shouldn't. You came here illegally.
So we should just give back the Statue of Liberty, right? We should just
No.
just put it into a furnace and just give it back to France.
When did that happen? That happened how long ago? 50, 60 years ago?
And you don't think that that's...
Well, you can't compare immigration then to immigration now. It's totally different. The standards are different.
We should be proud. We should be proud.
So you're saying break the law?
No. We should be proud that we have people from other countries seeking safety in our confines. We should be proud that there's people that actually want to feel safe.
If they came here legally.
My cousin came legally. Why isn't she allowed to work right now?
Because she didn't.
Because she didn't. She
didn't.
came at a time that it was legal to come.
She crossed the border, Albenis.
No, she didn't.
Okay.
She flew.
Oh, that's right. She flew. That's right. You're right. I'm talking about her.
She was here, and she came here, and she applied, and my parents applied to bring her here the legal way. The legal way.
¿Le hicieron la reclamación? Or what do they do?
I'm not going to get into the exact details. They did it the legal way. They did it the right way. And now, when she's trying to get her work visa, delay. What?
She came here 2 years ago. You had told me it was on not parole. It was parole. That's right. Okay, I'm mixing two different stories.
She
was on parole.
She was legal. She came legal. She's doing everything the right way. She's making sure that she's trying to become as legal as possible, and they're not letting her.
The parole process that was put in place with Biden was not
legal. It was legal.
No, it wasn't. It was modified. It was not legal. They modified it.
So retroactively, everybody that's here because of that is now illegal.
Yes, because it was a modified
and you
parole.
don't see anything wrong with that. You don't see anything wrong with that. Nothing at all.
I have a family member who crossed the border who actually her situation is way worse, but unfortunately, she crossed the border. She's lucky she's still here.
I'm talking about the legal process that she's going. She's doing.
And she's also on parole too.
She's doing it the legal way. She's trying to work. She's trying to be part of our workforce, part of our economy.
Yep, I get it.
And what is our administration doing?
But she's only been here for 2 years, bro. She has no stake into this country. I know it's.
No, what I'm shaking my head at is that at the fact that you think that luring people in and then retroactively
I don't think you should be luring people in. I don't think you should be doing that.
But
you shouldn't be luring people in.
But it's treated as a lure. It's treated as a lure.
You shouldn't be doing that.
Okay, it's treated as a lure when it gets taken away. Because it's treated as food the second that it's inside.
I mean, it was taken away because the Supreme Court ruled on it.
When you throw your bait to
the
fish,
Supreme Court ruled on it.
The bait hits the water and it's in the water and fish are starting to come. What is that piece of meat in the water? Is it not food? Is it not food?
Yes.
Answer me. It's food. So what happens when you automatically, the next person, you give it to the next person and the next person is like, here. It does not turn then into bait.
You're politically emotional about this topic because it affects you personally. So you're thinking of it in emotional terms. You're not being reasonable about it.
I am being reasonable.
The person who threw the whatever you call that, because I don't fish, was not Donald Trump. It was Joe Biden.
Was a non-xenophobe.
I don't care. I don't even know what the hell that means. But you threw it. That was Joe Biden. So Trump has the right to say, no, I don't agree with this. I'm bringing it back.
Okay, of course. So one person that actually believes in human rights.
Yeah,
or to a
that's
certain
right.
extent.
Hold on.
No,
He
no,
believes
because I
in
know we're
human
gonna go
rights.
because Jim Kojo. Yes, I understand. Jim
No. That's
Kojo.
not what I was gonna say.
Fuck all that.
That's not what I was gonna say. Hold on.
He has more respect
He allowed
for humans.
300,000 kids to go missing. That's why he's so
Oh, I'm
humanitarian.
so glad. I'm
He's
so happy you brought that. Why is
He's
Ghislaine
so
Maxwell in jail?
humanitarian.
Why is Ghislaine Maxwell the only one in jail then? Because that's part of that.
Because they.
Why is that? Why is
Oh no, I agree with you.
that's part of that.
I agree with you.
That's
there.
part of that.
We're on to
So
something.
why is she gonna get pardoned? Why is it on the table?
That's not,
why can't he
dude,
say no?
Why are you such a propagandist?
Why can't he say no?
He did not say yes.
Exactly, but he didn't say no. Why can't he
did
firmly
not say yes.
If I was president and somebody asked me, "Hey, would you pardon a registered sex ring person?"
I'm pretty sure
No.
Biden pardoned a couple of those when he actually he didn't pardon them because he didn't know what the fuck was going on. Whoever did the auto pen pardoned a bunch of pedophiles. But going back to
But
the
it's
human,
just Lane
human
Maxwell,
trafficking
not the
thing.
main one. Oh my god, bro. Okay,
Well,
okay.
technically Epstein is the main one. He got Epstein.
And now, if Ghislaine Maxwell gets pardoned and only names Democrats and a couple billionaires,
Listen,
it's
I
gonna
don't think she's gonna get pardoned. That would be a really bad PR campaign.
And I also want to.
I don't think that's gonna be a good idea. So.
And it also won't be a good idea if she only says Democrats and a couple millionaires.
No, I think. I mean, she's gonna say whatever
What
she
needs
needs to say
happen
to get a
is
deal done. You know what
the
I'm saying?
actual files needs to get released.
Yes.
That the
but
chips
you know what
fall where
happened?
they land.
You know what happened? Why it hasn't been able to happen yet?
Why?
Because they tried to get the testimony from the indictment that is actually here in Florida, and the judge who was appointed by who? Obama, your favorite president.
The grand
said,
jury.
No, we're denying this.
The grand
unsealed."
jury. The grand jury.
The grand jury indictment. They need to open that
What
up.
does that matter? That
Dude,
doesn't matter.
That does matter.
No, that
Yes, it
has
does.
nothing to do with the actual
Yes, it
file.
does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, that's a distraction. That has nothing to do with the actual files.
Yes, it does. But okay.
No, that's the grand jury. That
That's
has
part of the
nothing.
files.
It
Yes, it
has
is.
nothing to do with it.
You can't open files
It has nothing to do with
without consequences to it. There's legal protocols to opening files. So I don't know why people are making this thing as if it's just a book that you can just open and share to everybody. It doesn't work like that.
How long has this been in the
legal
process?
protocols for. Dude, legality takes forever. It takes forever. It's just like immigration. It takes so fucking long.
So then why
to
would they
get
say that there
something
was no
done.
list and then he says, "Oh, but I have a list for you."
Who said there was no list? There's people. Alan
Trump!
Dershowitz, the fucking lawyer of Epstein, literally said there was no list.
Trump himself said, "I'll give you a list."
Okay, I mean,
Literally
sure,
the other
he
day.
can create a fucking list. Doesn't mean it's the list. You know?
Where would he get the list from?
I mean,
From his brain. Oh, okay, yeah,
the
Larry
intel.
Summers.
I mean, the intel community can create a list. You know, just like they created the dossier and the Russia
Where would
Gate
they get
hoax.
the list from?
I don't know, dude.
The files. The files.
I mean, there's a black book in there supposedly.
There's 10,000 pictures and videos.
Oh yeah, I know, but you're not gonna see that.
I understand.
And I don't know why anybody would want to see that.
It's not about wanting to see it. It's about holding the people that are in those videos that are committing crimes accountable.
You need to create a case to charge.
How
people.
can I create a case if the people that are supposed to be making the case are withholding the information?
How do you know they're withholding the information?
They said that there's no list and he killed himself.
Well, I mean, I don't agree with that, but
Exactly.
I don't agree with that.
So then,
but,
so then, how can you trust the rest of it?
I mean,
It doesn't make any
I'm not
sense.
saying you have to trust it. I'm just saying you can't assume that they're not trying. Because at the end of the day, if they're trying to...
No, they're trying.
if
They're trying to cover his ass.
If they're trying to clear his name, which I don't believe... I don't agree with you. They don't...
So then why is he acting so guilty?
Hold on.
The only way to see the...
What you're saying is the sitting president is a pedophile.
No, the only way to be positive...
Then what is there to cover?
The only way to be positive
Uh-huh.
that there's a negative on him, as in that he's
Is to
not
open
involved,
it.
is to... Exactly.
Okay, so Ghislaine Maxwell is going to get subpoenaed. She's already...
But why does it
spoken.
have to go through Ghislaine Maxwell when they have everything already? They already have all the files.
Because you
Why do they
cannot-
need to talk to her
you
behind
can-
closed doors?
I mean, that's how it's always been. Federal cases are not for the public's
But
consumption.
it's not in a federal case anymore. It's done.
It is federal.
It's done.
No, it's not. She's
It's
on
done.
appeal. She's on appeal.
Dude,
It's
Jeffrey
still
Epstein
federal.
was in the crown, the pinnacle of the federal
I bet
prisons.
you need to learn the criminal justice system, my brother.
Dog.
You really need to learn how the system works. For real. Like, you need to learn how the system works. You're very... I respect your opinions, but you gotta learn how the system works.
He got arrested the first time during the Bush administration.
Yes.
Alex Acosta
Yes.
gave him the 13 months, right?
Stop right there.
Uh-huh. Okay.
No.
No.
Alex Acosta
Did not give him the 13 months.
did not want to.
Oh, okay.
He was told to give him the deal by people on top. The question is, who are those people on top
Who
that
cares?
were in the DOJ?
Who cares?
You see
It
what
was-
I'm saying?
it
You
was
are
still-
deflecting.
it was
You are
still
fucking
Acosta.
deflecting. I'm literally
Acosta
telling you,
still
there's
let
details
it
that you're
happen.
missing. You're like, oh, who cares? Who cares?
Because Acosta let it happen. Who was the president during Acosta? Who was the
Dude,
president?
What was he supposed to do?
Who was the president in 2007?
What was he supposed to do?
Who was the president?
If you are, dude, it just
Yes, it does.
Listen to what I'm. No, it doesn't, because according to you, Obama doesn't fucking matter. So who gives a fuck who was the president? According to you,
Who was the president?
No president matters except for the current president.
Who was
So
the
let's
president?
forget about the president.
Who was the president?
Talk about the
Was it
fucking
not
details. Talk about
Was
the
it not
fucking
Bush?
details.
I am trying to talk about the
Okay.
details.
Talk about the details.
13 months.
Alexander Acosta wanted to actually indict the federal. They actually created a 53-page fucking like essay on this guy, and
Yeah.
they literally lobbied the DOJ
Yes.
and Congress, and they made a fucking sweetheart deal. And when they asked Acosta about it, when Trump was in office, he literally said, "People told me that I had to back off because he belonged to Intel."
Okay. And who
What
was the
was he
president?
supposed to do at that
Who was the president? Was it Obama?
After the sweetheart deal, yes, it was Obama. 2009 was Obama.
After the sweetheart deal. The
It
sweetheart
was during Bush, and then Obama was in afterwards.
he had to sign it because he had no other option.
Who had to
Because it
sign
was
it?
already Obama, because it was
He had no other option.
because it had already happened during the Bush administration. It was literally in the transition period between Bush and Obama. It was all happening under Bush's regime. When he was in power, Alex Acosta was the one that was in the DOJ. After that, after Bush left, Obama was the one that was there. But it all happened with Acosta in the Bush administration.
I know. I'm aware.
So why are we bringing up Obama when it was
Because
Bush?
Obama did nothing about it for 8 years. That's why. He was silent about it. And that makes him complicit. Because, hold on.
There's no
I'm not
double
finished.
jeopardy.
Epstein has connections with Clinton. You know that. I know
Sure,
that.
fine.
Everybody knows that.
Of course.
Who was Secretary of State during Obama? It was Hillary Clinton. When Clinton was in power, how many times did Jeffrey Epstein did not go into the fucking White House multiple times?
Okay.
Over 10
So let me ask
times.
you something. Did they not have to find something new?
There was a fucking picture of him in a blue dress, my guy. You mean to tell me that Obama did not know there was some shady shit fucking going on? But of course he wasn't going to say anything.
They needed to find something new that hadn't already been on.
He wasn't going to, because Clinton was in his administration.
Okay. But the fact of the matter is that Obama, whether he did nothing or not, like,
That's not a good sign.
okay, but at least he's not the one denying and trying to deflect to
He's not
everything
denying.
else.
I mean, what are you deflecting?
He's not denying?
He arrested.
Why are we still talking about this Jeffrey Epstein guy?
He arrested that. Okay, you know why he said that. You know why he said that.
Because he's trying to deflect.
Or did you only see that little fucking clip? Did you see the whole thing?
Of course I saw the whole thing.
They were talking about Texas, and he got pissed when they brought up Epstein.
Yes, you know why? Because the exact day before, they said he killed himself and there is no list. So of course, when a reporter sees his dumbass face, the first thing that they're gonna be is like, well, we're talking about Texas, and they've already asked a couple questions about Texas.
The memo happened in
The day before.
The memo happened on the 6th.
day before.
On the
The
6th.
day before.
When did that video come out?
The day after.
Are you sure?
100%.
Okay, I believe you. I believe you. You're fucking being
100%.
intense. I believe you.
Because I follow him on Truth Social. I know what he puts
believe in
videos. Of course, because
You believe him more than I do. I don't even have a Truth Social account, dude.
dude, because everybody that like supports this guy.
When you are a hater, you are the biggest fan for real.
Everything is a joke.
Yes,
everything is a joke. Yeah, authoritarianism hides under jokes.
Yeah. Biden was a huge authoritarian. So, and there's proof in the pudding there. That's why he was struck down over 7 times by the Supreme Court. You think it was okay for him to tell OSHA that if we didn't get the vaccine, we can be fired? You know how many people lost their jobs for that? Us being one of them. You think that was okay? No. I think it's funny how...
You think it's okay to pay more for medicine?
We're going to pay, according to RFK, we're going to be paying less. So we'll see if that's true. We're going to be paying less. So we'll see if that's true.
And we have the highest measles for what reason? We have the highest level of measles in like decades for what reason?
Because we're not taking the measles vaccine, I guess. I don't know.
And who's promoting anti-vaccination?
He's not promoting anti-vaccination.
Oh, no.
He's promoting
on his own website.
He's promoting evidence-based.
On his own website.
Evidence-based is what he's doing.
On his own website.
That's why he literally fired everybody in the CDC because they didn't bother.
He literally sold shirts that said I'm anti-vax.
You can't do that? Don't you believe in freedom of speech?
I understand, but you don't think that he's pushing something that's dangerous?
And you can't. So what you're saying is, if you're a civilian, before you go into office, you can't.
He's in a level. He's in a level.
He's in. What? AOC promotes literal socialist shit, and you're okay with that.
Dude, but why do we continue to...
Bernie Sanders literally promotes socialism, which I respect. At least he owns it, but...
You know who the only person I believe in? Me.
Okay, well,
let's just leave it at that. I don't believe in anybody else. Because I cannot continue this conversation if it's always going to be... What about this guy? And what about the other guy? And what about this guy? But it's never the main guy that is in charge right now. I'm questioning
your logic.
I understand, and I'm trying to see why you are so questioning my logic that you cannot talk about Donald Trump and all the shit that he's doing.
We've been talking about Donald Trump this whole fucking time.
But you can't say anything negative about him. He does nothing wrong. Everything he says that is wrong is a joke.
So you want me to?
You defend everything that he says.
What do you want me to say?
It's not what I want you to say.
What do you want me to say? The only thing I can say that I don't agree with is
my sources.
I don't agree with how he handled TikTok, and I don't agree with Alcatraz. But aside from that, Albenis, I agree with the majority of shit that he's saying.
So you agree with the OBB, and that's a problem.
I mean, to you, that's a problem. That's your opinion, my guy. That's your opinion.
No, you know what? You know why it should be a problem? Because on your own podcast, you've said before how we should cut the deficit, how we should be.
We should cut the deficit.
So then, why is OBBB adding $4 trillion into our deficit?
I mean, I'm not saying I don't understand why they did that, but overall, I agree with it.
But that's the part that you should question. Why would they do that?
I mean, I don't agree with it. What else do you want from me? I don't agree with it.
Exactly. When you see something that you don't agree with, they're
claiming that they're going to increase growth.
When you but it's not.
I mean,
but it's not because
your opinion.
No,
I have the all-knowing, all-truthful person. You are a regular person, just like me, talking about what you believe. So just because you believe, that does not make it true.
So then
I'm just making that out, putting that out there. But put that into account. You are insinuating this is like, I know it all. No, you don't. You don't know shit. I don't know shit. The wisest thing you do,
I can read what they're trying to pass. I'm reading what they passed because to me it's important because to them it was so important that they had to party on the House floor to YMCA. So if it's so important, that they had to party,
I missed that. Damn, I missed that. That's funny.
If it's so important that they had to dance on dead people.
On dead people?
Yes. Oh my God. They're killing people with this bill.
Oh my God, you watch way too much.
No, dude, I read the bill.
They're killing people.
Yes, when you're cutting people off Medicaid, people are gonna have to pay at least $100 for Medicaid now.
They're
cutting people off Medicaid. They're making food more inaccessible to people.
Food? You mean they're not allowing you to eat garbage? Is what you're saying? Because that's what other.
No, they're literally cutting resources for food.
They're not allowing you to buy garbage with snaps. That was one of the requirements.
They're cutting resources for foods. They're cutting resources for food.
Okay, I don't know if you know anybody who uses food stamps, but I do. And you used to be able to cash out that money and get your nails done, get your feet done, get your hair done. You think that's okay?
No. But
okay, so then
what? Did they regulate it, right?
Yeah. Now is when they're regulating it. They weren't regulating it before.
They weren't regulating it before.
No. During Biden's administration, you were still allowed to do that. So I'm sorry, I don't agree with this, and I have a right not to agree with this.
Shouldn't it be that the reform should come in the form of more security and not less money?
I mean, why can't it be both? Why can't it be both? Why can't it be security and less money? Why does it have to be
because
one or
you
the
can't
other?
because you can't have more security with less funding.
Says who? Why?
So if you're telling me that if you buy a $5 CCTV cam, it's the same exact thing as buying a $1,000 Sentry to put outside your house. You're telling me that's the same thing?
I don't know anything about it. You lost me when it comes to fucking.
So you want to put a door made of toothpicks? A door made of toothpicks is the same as a steel door?
No, of course. Quality is always going to be better. Quality is always going to be better.
Which one costs more?
The steel one.
Exactly. So if you're cutting funding to these programs, are you not incentivizing to go for the toothpick door?
No, you're incentivizing for them to get a job and go find actual insurance. That is what you're incentivizing.
The program itself, I'm not talking about the people, I'm talking about the program itself. The program itself is getting less money.
Okay. People, if it's getting less money, that means it's because less people are going to be using it. That's why it's getting less money. The goal is to get people to stop leeching off the government. That is the goal, Albenis. That's the part that I don't understand how you
Let
don't
me see
understand.
if our foundation is the same. Do you think that healthcare and food is a human right? Because if you say no, we're completely we're not on the same foundation, and then I can't. Like for real, I cannot continue.
Oof, that's gonna be a hard one.
There's no way that you can say food is not a human right. I'm sure you brought stuff about Israel and Gaza.
Food is a commodity, my friend.
Food is a commodity.
Food is a commodity.
You know that the only people that politicize it are here in the United States, Canada, Germany,
Socialist
UK,
countries. Socialist
France.
Countries. Socialist countries.
Yeah.
They're doing really bad right now economically. So you're comparing us to really shithole countries.
You know why?
Sorry to everybody that's from there.
You know why? Who's the reserve currency?
We are. Thank God.
And
Can you imagine if France was the reserve currency?
And what's happening to the dollar?
It's going downhill.
Oh.
Not because of us, though.
Oh, no.
No.
What is it? Tell me.
I mean.
Please. Enlighten me.
We've been overspending for decades now. So what is that going to do? I blame both Democrat and Republicans in that one, not just Democrats.
Trump on what? Literally,
you're blaming
a couple
Trump
months ago
on literally
says, no, I'm not blaming him. I'm not blaming him.
All right, just making sure.
He said that before he got elected, that a slipping dollar is something to be afraid of because it's something bad. But the second that he comes into power and the dollar is slipping on him, it's a good thing. It's a good thing now.
I don't agree with a dollar should be devalued because
it is getting devalued.
No, I understand that it's getting devalued. I don't agree with it. I think we need to strengthen the dollar, but it doesn't change the fact that you're pinning it on him when that's been happening over time.
No, it's been happening. I'm talking about a 10% drop since January this year.
Okay, all right, sure.
No, that's not a sure. That's a very scary sign. That's a super scary sign.
If it continues to drop over 2 or 3 years, then I will completely.
So
you were right.
You want it to look like complete garbage for you to realize that it's
no.
fucked
I
up.
just
you want the streets to look like Germany in 1941 for us to realize we're in an authoritarian government.
I don't think it's gonna get there.
You don't think it's gonna get there?
I don't think it's gonna get there. If
you don't think OBBB is a foundation for fascism?
If we allow people like Mamdani, who's trying to run for mayor in New York, if we allow people like that to be in office, then yes, it most definitely will look like that.
Okay, so adjectives of fascism, cult of personality.
Yeah, that's not the only one.
Demonization of the press.
It's also censorship. Yeah, that's what Biden did. Biden did that.
Who kicked the Associated Press out of the press pool?
Okay, Biden did not allow press. Biden did not allow press. Biden didn't even allow transparency.
The Associated Press.
Okay.
Who has been
do you know why? Because it didn't want to report accurately. It's not the Gulf of Mexico, it's the Gulf of America.
Attacks on democratic norms.
Better way. No, it's not a
actual attacks on democratic norms. Who actually attacked the democratic norms?
We're not a democratic country.
Encouragement of political violence. Who brought them up to the Capitol?
We encouraged political violence during Biden's administration.
Obsession with loyalty over truth.
Yes, we did that too because of COVID. We were obsessed with
COVID. No, in his administration.
Comparing. You're comparing.
Do you see what I mean? That we can't. But you can't see that these things are Trump.
I don't agree with this though.
You don't see that that's Trump.
No, I don't agree with this is fascist.
You don't agree that this is fascist?
No. We live in a time right now where you literally have South Park showing Trump's fucking dick with eyeballs. And you mean to tell me that we're living under a fascist government? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
No,
Dude,
I'm not
I was
saying
being censored for 4 years under Biden,
no,
my guy.
I am not saying that we're living in a fascist. No, and I've said this.
I've
already said this. I've already said this. OBBB is the foundation for a fascist government.
Okay, that's your opinion.
No. Those are things that I can
No,
point
I
to.
am the truth and the light, and I am right.
Because
That's literally how you're acting.
there's patterns. There's patterns that you have to be aware of.
Why can't you just accept that maybe you could be wrong?
Because I see the patterns.
No,
and maybe you don't.
No. Why can't you accept that perhaps you could be wrong? What if you are wrong? What if in 4 years...
So these things are not fascist.
What if in 4 years this ends up being one of the best fucking times of our lives economically and
but it's
prosperity?
not heading that way because inflation is already rising.
Unemployment
is already rising.
We're only in
uncertainty is rising.
We're only in 6 months, Albenis.
Exactly.
You are literally in
that
this.
Should scare you.
No, I'm not scared. That's the problem. You're scared. That's why you have this perspective.
Yes.
I'm not scared. I think the future looks bright. I'm not scared.
So these things are not fascist.
Hold on. I did a live about this recently. You think fascist is only right. Is that correct?
No.
Okay, you think fascist is a behavioral thing?
Fascism are these things that I'm trying to point out to right now.
Is fascism a party or a behavior?
To me, fascism is a pattern that I can recognize, that I can easily compare to something else that's happened in the past.
So it's a behavior. If they do something, then you can say, okay, that's fascist.
If you want to define it as that as well, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, I like psychology, so yes,
if you
behavior
want
to me is,
if you want to define it as that,
that
sure.
way.
To me, it's just a pattern that I'm recognized from history.
Okay, so then I recognize a pattern under Biden that was fascist.
Okay. Fine. But he's gone now.
Awesome.
And he's about to be dead.
There you go.
Okay, but we're talking about the guy that's in power right now. That's what I'm trying to point out to.
Okay, well,
I'm not trying to defend Biden in any new way.
Okay,
I've never tried to defend Biden. You try to defend Trump.
Yeah, because I agree with his policies,
exactly, and that's what I'm trying to point out to you. But you can't seem to see that these things have some kind of point.
Because I don't. Okay, again. Okay, you're saying that he's censored? Is that one of your thingies? Censorship?
No.
Okay, what is it? Because censorship is one of
Cult of personality. Literally, I am the only. His words. I am the only one that can do it. His words. Demonization of the press. Kick the Associated Press out of it.
Cult of personality. I mean, he's just like he's obsessive with himself. He used to be a fucking movie star. He's a fucking billionaire. He's been in media forever already.
That's a fascist tendency.
God. Okay, so Reagan was a fascist.
Hitler was
so Reagan was a fascist also then. So anybody that's in like the media world
can have fascist tendencies as long as you don't commit acts to make those.
So you're saying that he's fascist because he's obsessed with himself.
Attacks on democratic norms.
What does that mean? What do you mean by democratic norms? Because that's like a lot of nothing. What does that mean?
What do you mean? The peaceful transfer of power?
Okay.
That's a democratic norm.
Was Biden not president?
Did he not try to fight it?
Was Biden not president? Biden was president, so there was a transition of power.
Attacks on democratic norms. Was he not trying to attack the democratic norm of trying to get him elected?
Wasn't he getting attacked through lawfare the whole time before he became president?
We're talking of a specific moment where the transfer of power is actually happening. I am not talking about the past lawsuits, the future lawsuits. I am talking in that present moment. There was something that was trying to happen, and that was the peaceful transfer of power. They were trying to ratify it, and he brought his mob to the Capitol and attacked that democratic norm.
I think you're insulting Americans right now by saying that. You're saying that everybody that was there is part of a mob.
It's not a democratic norm then.
We're not a democratic country. Stop saying that. There's
no democracy.
There is not. The word democracy does not show up not once in the Constitution. If you want, we can go and find it because I have my little constitutional book outside. I forgot to bring it in here. It does not show up once because we're not a democratic country. We are a federalist constitutional republic, not a democratic country. Thank God. So, if you want to believe that he is a fascist, then believe he's a fascist.
Okay, no. So
That's your choice. I
So,
mean, whatever.
he
I
has
I
done
respect
nothing.
what
He
you
has
believe.
done nothing to benefit himself during this time.
Oh my God, who the fuck doesn't? Biden did it.
No.
Obama did it. Who the fuck doesn't do that?
No.
Come on, give me a break.
Not to that level.
Who? Oh, okay.
Not to that
Oh
level.
yeah. Because they're innocent. They're completely innocent. They're completely
James
innocent.
Madison, among the numerous advantages promised by a well-constructed union, none deserves to be more accurately developed than its tendency to break and control the violence of faction. The friend of popular governments never finds himself so much alarmed for their character and fate as when he contemplates their prosperity to this dangerous vice. He will not fail, therefore, to set due value on any plan which, without violating the principles to which he is attached, provides a proper cure for it. I can go on, but I'm gonna leave it at that.
There's so much that I mean, I love the way they write, but I mean, who the fuck understood that? Who just?
What James Madison is trying to say there is that the
What
person
does
that's
that
in
even
power, the person that's in power, should act accordingly for as a leader.
Oh yeah. Oh well, I agree with you. Yeah, they should. But you know what?
So you think
They
accepting a
don't.
767 or whatever from Qatar, that's a great thing.
What?
He accepted a plane.
He didn't accept the plane. That was to a base. We accept. Didn't we? How we accept gifts?
It
We've
was to a
accepted
base.
gifts.
After what? After he got mauled on the media for it.
I mean, the media's gonna fucking talk all the shit they want about him. They're the best haters ever.
You don't think he controls any kind of media?
Yeah, Truth Social. He
No.
As he definitely knows how to control
like perspective on people.
He tries to control. I mean, he was a media person for a long time, so he's good at controlling narratives for sure.
So
For sure.
you don't see anything wrong with that, with controlling the narrative, and you finding nothing wrong with what he's
I
doing.
don't see why you are very focused on Trump as if he's the only one
Because
who's
he's
done
in power.
that. Sure, but you're disregarding the mere fact that he's not the only
If
president
Obama
who's
was
done
the
that.
one doing it right now, I'd be
He
saying
would
the
be
exact same things.
untouchable.
I'd
He
be
would
saying
untouchable.
and Trump isn't right now.
No, he's not.
He's not.
Dude, he's not.
Oh, he's not.
He's not.
That's why he's cowering.
Dude, the fucking
That's why he
media is
cowers.
literally saying this guy's a pedophile, dude. Like, people are literally saying, oh, this guy's in it. He's fucking in it right now. Like, no. He's definitely not
He's
like
not
like
acting
Obama.
like it.
Obama is literally untouchable, dude. Obama has way more influence, way more power
My point
than,
is,
than Donald
if it
Trump.
was anybody else, I'd be seeing the exact same things in the exact same way.
I disagree
actions.
with that. I highly doubt you would be saying that. I think
And you
you're
see-
pretty partisan when it
No,
comes
I'm
to
not
that.
though, because I like these. This is
When I
this is
compare,
not-
when I compare one to the other, you say I'm deflecting because you don't want to come to the
because
mere
you
fact.
changed the conversation to Obama.
I'm not.
That's all you do.
Because it's a literal. They did it too. They did it too.
Okay, but I already said he has no power. There's nothing that he can do right now.
Okay,
Who is in control of the executive
and
branch?
I'm telling you, that's
Who's
not
in
true.
control of the executive branch?
Oh,
who
it's
forced
technically
this
Trump.
bill through? Who forced it? How did they pass this bill?
By a lot of calls. He made a lot of calls.
And what did he do?
I don't fucking know. I'm not there. I just know he probably made calls.
He threatened with primaries.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
do
he
that.
did do that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
do
he
that.
did do that. Isn't
And
that fucked up?
And what's
Isn't
his
that
face?
fucked up?
I mean, you do what you
That's
gotta
how
do
you-
to fucking, you know.
But that's the
what you gotta do.
that's the bill that you agree with, and they passed it like that. Why? Why did they want to do it? Why did they want to do it so fast? What was the date that was approaching that they wanted to do it so like fast, like Sonic?
I don't know. You're more into the
4th of
OBB than-
July.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he said.
Yeah, the 4th of July.
He said that he wanted to do it before the 4th of July.
Past 1,000 pages, and as the votes were getting passed, they were still adding more pages to it. So how can you tell me that all of those people, the 400, 500 people that were supposed to read it, all those 500 people read those 1,000 plus pages?
They never read all those pages. They never read that shit. They tell their staff to fucking read some of it, skim it, and then they vote on it or they don't vote on it. They don't fucking read all that shit.
And you don't think that that's a problem?
That's always been like that, Albenis. It's always been like that. You're complaining over something that's never fucking changed, dude. If you tell me that this has just been happening and this is like brand new scoop, then okay, fine. But it's not. This is the same shit over and over again.
This bill that they passed is just straight negatives for us, For people like us, it's only negatives.
Listen.
It's racist. It's fascist. It's authoritarian.
How is it racist? I'm curious. I want to move on though. But how is it racist? How is this racist?
Section 10.10.8, alien SNAP eligibility. No individual shall be eligible to participate unless they are U.S. citizen, lawful permanent resident, or covered under specific exemptions.
How is that racist? You think that people that are not citizens should get benefits?
To me, and I feel like this is something that is just kindness. Healthcare.
De pinga.
Healthcare should be a human right.
Okay, well, you're wrong. It should not be a human right. It is a privilege. It is a privilege.
It's a privilege.
Dude, it's a privilege to be alive right now. You literally, you don't understand that you were a sperm amongst thousands of other sperms, and you busted your ass the fastest to get to that womb to be here right fucking now. You busted your ass to be here right now. That wasn't a right. That was a privilege.
And they didn't bust their ass to get over here, right? My cousin didn't live through starvation for years.
She totally did.
For years to be able to come here and struggle just as much. Shouldn't we be the land of opportunity? What opportunity are we giving these people if we're taking away their rights?
If she came here the right way, she wouldn't be in the situation she's in right now.
I've already said that she did.
Just because she came on a plane does not mean she came here the right way.
Dog.
The right way means being here on legal status. You're getting personal. I'm not trying to get personal.
She came here with legal status. She came here the right way.
Obviously not. Obviously not.
No, the person that made it not...
I mean, she's Cuban. I'm sure she has other ways of staying here.
The person that did it not was Trump. He was the person that made it not legal. The Supreme
Court agreed and ruled on it. Stop only saying...
Whose Supreme Court is it?
Dude,
Whose Supreme
stop
Court
saying
is
that.
Whose Supreme Court is it?
Stop saying that. The district courts... There are more district courts that are democratically governed than the Supreme Court itself. Stop with this bullshit. Stop.
Who appointed the big fat black guy that accepts a fuck ton of lobbying money and vacations? Who appointed that guy?
That guy was really good.
He's trash. How can you say that the person that is the most?
Have you heard his how he is as a judge?
He denied student debt.
Because that's such a bad thing. It's such a bad thing for me to have to pay for your fucking debt when you decided to sign that fucking contract to go to a fucking education that you couldn't pay for. That's such a bad thing.
What about the actual doctors that made it out?
I don't fucking care. If you can't pay for it, that's not my fucking problem.
So you only care about the small percent that didn't do it, but you don't care about the large percent that actually did something with that money.
Dude, I care about the people that are actually, if you go to school, you need to pay for that. If you didn't get a scholarship, you got to pay for that. If you didn't get a grant, you got to pay for that. Period. I didn't get fucking financial aid. I had to bust my ass to get fucking grants. Why the fuck?
And those debts aren't predatory.
What?
Those loans aren't predatory.
What do you mean predatory?
You don't know what predatory loans are?
No, I don't. You're asking me. I'm telling you no. Explain.
So, the thing is that it's to go into predatory loans now is just nuts. It's literally what caused the 2008 bubble. So that's why it's so hard for me to understand. So predatory loans are loans that are given to people that, even though the bank knew that they had no chance,
they still gave them the loan anyway.
They still gave them the loan.
I don't agree with that.
Okay, but is it the government's fault that these banks loan this money to these people?
It's the bank's fault.
Exactly. So why are the people?
Banks never lose, bro. Which I'm not okay with that. But banks never lose.
So exactly. So then you agree with me that what they do.
No, I agree with you on a lot of things.
So what they did with that is wrong. We can agree that what they did is wrong. That they should have put it on the banks.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay then.
100%. They should have put it on the banks.
Like, I never said that they should have been the ones to pay it.
But wouldn't that have called that would have created probably another fucking financial crisis if they would have done that?
He's causing another financial crisis anyways. Because now he's making these people that were off that, like they were not paying their loan, now they're going to start paying their loan.
But at the same time,
with higher Medicaid costs.
You signed that contract, bro. It's going to go back to you.
But now they're entering a time where they have to pay those loans. Medicaid is more expensive. Food is more expensive. Everything is about to go up in price because of tariffs. So, we're entering that time. So how do you expect the money to move?
I expect people to, figure it out.
Figure it out.
Yeah. Work 2 jobs. Work 3 jobs.
You know that's already happening.
Figure it out.
You know that's already happening at historic levels. People are working 2 jobs.
Oh yeah, I know. I know.
Part-time jobs are more than full-time jobs right now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's just, but that's just.
But you want more. You want it to be harder.
I want people to be responsible. That's what I want. I want people to be responsible. Like, you knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing. You signed a contract knowing you had to pay this loan back.
You see how you're putting it back on the person?
Because
that's the part that I have problem with.
But it's their fault, though. It's their fucking fault.
No, it's the bank's fault because the banks could have
denied them. Okay, sure. Banks are pieces of shit.
The banks could have denied them. Don't put it on the person.
I am putting it on the person.
Don't put it on the person.
Because
that makes you a corporate lobbyist.
The reality is banks don't fail.
And you see,
so once you make that realization, you have to then realize people need to be responsible and acknowledge, if I cannot afford this, I should not buy it. End of story. It's all about fiscal responsibility.
You want to know how I know that if Obama was in power right now,
wasn't he the one who agreed with bailing banks?
That's exactly what I'm getting to. Why do you know why I know for a fact that I would say the exact same things, the things that Trump is doing right now?
You would have been okay with Obamacare, though.
No. Do you understand why I say those things? Why I say that if Obama was the one doing it? Because I disagree with a lot of the things that Obama and Ben Bernanke did in 2008. I firmly disagree with them. And you can ask the people that I have talked to about this, that I firmly disagree with those things. So that's why I know for a fact that when I see bullshit, I call it. I don't give a fuck who's the person saying it. I don't give a fuck. Because it shouldn't matter. If I see bullshit, I'm gonna call bullshit every single fucking time. Every single fucking time.
So you think that you think adults shouldn't be held responsible for making a mistake?
Of course they should.
So why is it wrong for them to pay back their loans?
Because at the end of the day, they wanted education. What did the banks want?
That they couldn't afford.
And were social norms not pushing people to get an education? Were social norms when you were in high school and when I was in high school, were they not pushing you to go to school?
Yeah.
To go to college?
Yeah, sure. And you as a person should realize, do I want to go to school? Is that really what I want to do? You need to make that decision.
And the banks gave them the opportunity.
Yeah, there was
Nobody forced them.
Nobody forced them, though. That's what I'm saying.
The
bank said, I can give you this money, and you're going to be like,
and
oh, okay.
And predatory loan. And those are wrong.
Doesn't change the fact that...
So then why are we defending the banks?
I'm not defending the banks.
Yes, you are. By saying that it's the person's fault, you're defending the banks.
No, I'm not. I'm literally saying the bank does not fail. It does not fail. Why are you going to continue this?
Why doesn't the bank fail?
Because that's just the way it is, dude.
No, there's a reason.
Where's that better? You're on something, but where's that better?
The banks don't fail because everything revolves around the bank. This is a literal bank system. And you know that. I know that.
Why don't banks fail? There's a reason for it. Why don't banks fail? 4 letters. 4 letters.
Don't they sign a contract?
4 letters. No, there's 4 letters that define why banks don't fail.
When you get a loan, don't you sign a contract?
Fuck, dick, idiot, cunt. Figure it out. Figure it out.
I really thought you were going to say something shit. I was like, oh my God, I need to write this down.
People don't read. That's the problem.
Yes, people don't read.
FDIC.
Oh, okay. Damn, you could have just said that. Fuck.
But it should. That's the reason why banks don't fail. So what do these?
What does that stand for? Federal Department of.
I'm not gonna remember off the top right now. FDIC.
Yeah, let's learn about this. You brought it up.
The insurance company for
banks.
Yeah, it's the insurance company department or whatever. It's insurance. It insures everything up to $250. With Silicon Valley Bank, when it happened, they insured everybody. Doesn't matter how big.
Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation?
There we go, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the reason they don't fail. And what?
Okay.
It's federal, right?
Federal.
So what happens? When these banks fail, what happens? Because it's federal. Who eats the failing of the bank?
We do, because we're paying for it.
The deficit, right? So we're...
But if you think about it, if you think about it, if the person would have been responsible enough to not have signed that loan, then the bank wouldn't have had
We're
to
talking
literally
about an
write
18-year-old
off the
person.
loan.
We're talking about an 18-year-old person
That
who was searching
whose parents' job is to tell them, do you want to study, yes or no? Parents need to be held accountable.
Not the banks.
Parents
Do you
need
see
to be
how
held
it's
accountable.
everybody but the banks? It's everybody but the banks. Always.
I'm just saying the obvious. Parents need to be held accountable.
But it's everybody but the banks. What if my parents only speak Spanish and very small English?
That's their choice, though.
That's their choice?
That's their choice. They can learn English. They just choose not to.
They have tried to learn English, and they are trying to learn English.
Okay, well then there you go. It's as long as they're trying. That makes some of them. Not all these Hispanics are learning English. That should be another thing that should be enforced. Learn English. You live in America. You're not in fucking Cuba or Venezuela. You're in America. Can we go to the Russiagate stuff, or you?
I mean, there's nothing to talk about with the Russiagate stuff, though.
Of course, you would say that, but there is.
Matter.
It does matter.
It literally doesn't
It
matter.
is literally.
Why are we not talking about the things that Trump is doing wrong?
Because
why do you only focus on the
focusing
things that Trump
you're
that
focusing
Obama does
on
wrong?
you're focusing on democracy, right? Even though we're not a democratic country,
I'm
but
not focusing on democracy. I'm focusing on the things
you
that he's
believe
doing
in democracy
wrong.
is what I'm saying, and this has to do with democracy,
dude.
So I think it's worth listening to.
Something that's in the past.
It's not in the past. This is actual evidence that's been coming out, and it's going to the forefront, and people have to be held accountable.
Why does Trump want to talk about this?
I mean, he didn't.
What is he trying
Tulsi Gabbard is the one who decided to talk about it.
And who's the one that's been propagating it from her mouth? Who's been talking more about it? Who has?
He hasn't brought up
on Truth Social about it.
He hadn't brought it up until she brought it up. She's
and
the one who brought it up.
talked about it more since then.
I mean, that's literally what he does, Albenis. He's a fucking marketer. He literally talks about it for people like you to be like, oh my God, I can't believe this shit.
What is he trying to deviate from?
He's not. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Hold on.
Why
okay,
is he not?
Okay, I got you.
How is he not?
I got you. Let's watch this because I have a theory, all right, and I want you to hear me out.
Who funds Newsmax?
I don't know, but I know they're right.
So why should I believe anything that they say right now?
I'm not asking you to. I'm asking you to watch it. All right, go. I'm not asking you to believe anything. I'm just asking you to watch it. You only trust yourself anyway. So
no, the thing is that why can you trust whatever, dude?
Just listen to what the fuck she has to say. Jesus Christ.
Newsmax.
I watch fucking leftist shit all the time.
Are you gonna watch it or are you gonna keep talking?
Director, and I love the facts, so I just want to get some background. So obviously, the last 4 years, the Trump administration couldn't investigate this at all. You weren't in power, although there was a Republican Senate committee that. So tell me, when did you begin looking at these documents?
Greta, I brought together kind of a special team of individuals, intelligence professionals, shortly after assuming this position that President Trump nominated me for as Director of National Intelligence, to look for the truth around these issues related to election integrity. This is something that I worked on a lot as a member of Congress. This is something of paramount importance, obviously, to President Trump, but really to the American people to have faith and trust in the integrity of the Democratic Republic. And so we've really spent the last few months since I've been on this job focused on finding the truth, very simply finding the truth to bring about transparency and accountability. So the documents that we released last week and as well as this week, it really brings forward very clear evidence. And for those reporters who are running in different directions or not covering it all, to me, they've either read it and are afraid to tell the truth, or they haven't even read these documents at all, because anyone who is even moderately objective would read this and wonder, why is it that after the months leading up to the November 2016 election, the intelligence community assessed that over and over, Putin and Russia did not have either the intent or capability of impacting the outcome of the November 2016 election. Fast forward, the election happens in November of 2016. President Trump defeats Hillary Clinton. A few weeks later, in early December, still, the ODNI then, Obama's ODNI and Obama's FBI director, they went and briefed Congress in a classified briefing. And not once did they mention that Putin or Russia aspired to help Donald Trump get elected. This is all in the documents that we released. A few days later, however, there was a secret meeting that was called a National Security Council meeting with the national security principals, and President Obama's senior cabinet members.
So fucking arrest him and sue his ass already then.
You can't do that.
Then do something about it then. Don't just go on fucking Newsmax and talk about it.
I mean, you have to talk about
No, there's
it.
things that they're the fucking government. There's things that they can do.
Yeah. You're literally. Can you pause that really quick?
There's things that they can do.
You say that we're living under a fascist government, but yeah, you want them to be doing fascist-like tendencies.
No,
just arrest them. Just arrest them. They should just be behind bars. That's literal fascism.
Because if they're gonna talk like this, then fucking do it already.
Dude, they're talking because they need to tell the American people what the fuck is going on. Not everybody watches fucking Fox News. People need to watch News Nation, Fox News, Newsmax. She was on NBC. She's gonna be on every fucking news outlet in the country talking about this over and over and over again until people get it to their fucking brain that they literally did a coup on the president.
So talk about this. Don't talk about Epstein.
I mean, no, talk about Epstein.
They're not. They're not.
They're talking about Epstein.
They're not.
They are talking about Epstein.
What are they saying? Go look at Larry Summers. Go look at this guy.
They're talking about how Ghislaine Maxwell said that she gave 100 names to a U.S. prosecutor in District of New York.
Have they said it?
No, of course not. They're not going to say it yet.
They haven't said anything.
They haven't
said anything.
It's all like
since they said, look, listen. The only thing that they said was he killed himself. There was no list, and here's the video. By the way, the video is edited.
It hasn't been signed, so you can't even say that they've said anything. There's no signature on that, so there's no accountability on that memo.
But there is.
For all you know, it's probably an outline or something.
The same clip that you told me, if I watched the whole thing where he said, are we still talking about this Jeffrey Epstein guy? That same video, she takes accountability. She was like, yes, I know we're talking about Jeffrey Epstein's list. There was no list. She doubled down on it.
Of course she's going to double down on it.
So
it's
it doesn't fucking matter.
With her logos on it. Of course
but it's not signed. But it's not signed.
It's not signed.
So what does it matter then? She should have just said it's not signed, not doubled down.
She should have said that. But then at
the fact of the matter
what is the point of saying that when it's already been published? At that point, if I were her,
deny it. You can deny it. You can say the exact same things that you said.
That's so much worse. If you deny it, that's even worse.
But she's already denying it.
That's even worse.
But she's
not denying it. You literally just said she didn't deny it. You literally just said
she's denying that there's a list. She's denying that there's a list.
Because no, everybody's denying there's a list. Even Alan Dershowitz said there was no list. And he's literally a lawyer of Epstein. Nobody has said.
A lawyer of Epstein.
I mean, he's a lawyer of a lot of people.
Pero piénsalo, mija. Piensa bien, the lawyer of Epstein and Donald Trump's side are staying silent as possible. In fact, they're so silent that it's almost deafening.
What are they talking about?
That they're not talking about it at all? That they're trying to deflect to other points? He hasn't said anything. He literally said, why are we still talking about this guy?
He literally just said the other day that they need to literally go to the grand jury testimony to open the files. He literally said, you're a Truth Social person. You should have seen that tweet. I was trying to look for it the other day when I went live and I couldn't find it because I don't have an account on Truth Social. So if it doesn't pop in my feed on Instagram, I lost it.
So what? Just a little, and that's it, and we're done. I'm done trying.
They're still
but
talking
with
about
this Obama thing, it's come on. We need to go on every single news station right now, on every single one of them.
They've been talking about Epstein.
They have. Why are we still talking about that Epstein guy?
Who?
Why are we still talking about the Jeffrey Epstein guy? Those are direct quote unquote word.
So. I mean,
that's his, those are his words.
Can we continue watching this video the way I can fucking tell you my theory, please?
But it doesn't it doesn't matter to me.
Community assessment that details how Moscow tried to meddle in the election.
He's not in power right now.
Of Donald Trump. And this is where things change.
If you don't do anything about it, it can happen again. That's why it matters.
This report was released in January of 2017.
Exactly why I bring up Hitler.
DNI Clapper, Obama's DNI, led the production of it. CIA Director John Brennan tasked 5 people in his organization and worked with the FBI to produce this new assessment that was a 180-degree flip-flop from the several assessments that led up to the election. The Obama-directed intelligence assessment said that Putin and Russia did aspire to help elect Donald Trump in that 2016 election. And so the report that we released yesterday was a result of an investigation that the House Intelligence Committee staff majority conducted. It took them well over a year interviewing several of the intelligence professionals that were involved in the production of this manufactured intelligence document. And it really goes line by line detailing how this assessment that was created in January of 2017 at the direction of President Obama literally manufactured intelligence, knowingly put down falsehoods in order to reach this assessment conclusion that I stated, that Putin and Russia.
But we don't talk about the
aspired to help
falsehoods that Donald Trump
win
puts
the
down,
election.
right?
Okay,
No.
When it
pause.
was blatantly
Only the Trump or only the Obama.
Why do you think this is not important?
It's important, but we can talk about that after we talk about the person that's in power. The person that has actual.
How convenient.
It's not convenient. It's just the
It
way
is
that it should be.
convenient.
No.
Why?
Because he's the one in power. Why are we talking about the person that already had power?
If his DOJ is and his intelligence community is the one who found this evidence, why would it make sense to wait and sit on it?
No, I'm not saying to wait and sit on it. That's fine. You want to do all this thing. They want to do it. Sure, they are a system of people. They're a system of people. They can walk and chew gum at the same time.
Agreed.
For
Yes,
sure.
they can.
They can. But you know what they're not doing? They're not talking about the Epstein files at all.
They are talking about the
They're
Epstein
not.
files. The Epstein files are trying to be released. Both
Grand
Congress,
jury stuff is not important in this aspect. It's
they're
just
trying
not.
to get
It's
the
not.
transcript. Yes, it is. Anything
not.
that has to do with the case is important.
They
including
have
that.
all the things that they have
How do
from
you
when
know
they
that?
arrested. There was literally videos of people walking out with crates of
Okay,
stuff.
and you don't think that's a part of the testimony? He literally was indicted
No,
in Florida.
that's just the testimony. No, that's just the testimony.
It's a transcript of the grand jury.
Just the grand jury. Just
I'm not
the grand
saying-
jury.
I'm not
it's,
saying
it's
only
a small
them.
piece of the information
Okay.
when they could be putting out so much
But
more.
the fact that we're not getting that small piece of information is a fucking problem. Because the judge blocked it.
Okay, so then what has Trump said about it?
I mean,
He said,
what is
"Good
he
job,
gonna
thanks.
fucking? What is
Thanks
he gonna
for not-"
fucking do? They need to fucking open it up again because at the end of the day,
And he
NBC,
said that. And he said-
CBS, all these fucking people are literally insinuating this guy's a pedophile.
And he's pushing for it.
Dude,
He's pushing for it.
he
Like he's
needs to-
pushing this because he's pushing this hard.
He needs to clear his name. How else is he going to do that if he doesn't actually get them to open up the
So
Epstein
why
files?
doesn't he push for it on Truth Social?
I don't know. You tell me. Is he pushing it on Truth Social?
He's not. He's
Okay,
pushing
I don't
this
know why
garbage.
he's not pushing it on
He's
Truth
pushing this garbage. That's why he's not posting, because he's one person. He's not a system of people. He's one person. So sometimes he can't walk and chew gum, like the analogy that I made earlier, because he's too busy trying to defend one side. He's too busy trying to clear his own name by not talking about it, by talking about another thing. But he should be, as a person that's trying to clear his own name, should be trying to say, hey, I want this to be done right now. Not, hey, I want this other thing that has nothing to do with me to be pushed out.
How do you know that just because he's focusing on the current story that just broke out, a week ago with Tulsi Gabbard? It's a current story. So that's the story that he's going to talk about. That's the story that he literally was affected by because that Russiagate shit really fucked up his first term. So if it fucked up his first term and if he feels personal about it, he's going to be talking about that the most. It doesn't mean that in the back end, the DOJ and the FBI isn't focusing on Epstein.
And the GOP is helping.
Supposedly, they're
not.
going to subpoena. They're putting a vote that they're going to subpoena the files.
A very few amounts of the GOP.
It should be
you know what the
everybody.
rest are doing? Not allowing for the files to be released.
Yeah, I heard.
Why?
I heard the Senate.
Why?
I don't know.
Shouldn't the GOP, who is being held hostage by Donald Trump, shouldn't the GOP be wanting to say, hey, yeah, we should want transparency?
Maybe
didn't they have a fucking binder that said the Epstein files phase 1 or whatever?
That was so stupid. That was so stupid.
The most
That was so
transparent
stupid.
fucking administration.
That was the most
Come on, bro. How can you
stupidest
fucking say that you're the
was
most
so-
transparent administration?
I mean, they are.
And then
They
are
compared to
the
Biden.
GOP is
they definitely were the most transparent administration.
The GOP. You're comparing it to another thing that doesn't matter.
Because if you're gonna say they're not transparent, give me a transparent administration, Albenis. If you're gonna call out this one that's not transparent, which one is transparent?
I am talking about the current one that's in power that is not being transparent.
Okay.
All the other ones,
They're
I
being
wasn't
more transparent than
consciously.
any other one. That's
I
for
wasn't
sure.
consciously alive enough back then to be able to
You
realize.
were very alive during Biden's administration. So you can compare and contrast. It wasn't that long ago. You can admit that this administration is more transparent than the past one.
It's more transparent.
You're gonna tell me it's not?
It's more transparent.
You're gonna tell me it's not.
So why does he keep denying Jeffrey Epstein? Why does he say that tariffs are taxes on other countries?
Why did the DOJ of Biden not?
Why did he say
question-
90 deals in 90 days?
Because he says a lot of shit. But he's making deals.
That's authoritarianism.
Oh my
being
God.
hidden
He's
by
making,
jokes.
He's making deals. Who
He's
cares
not,
that he's an
but
exaggerated
he's
person?
not.
He's making
okay.
deals.
My son-
deals
yeah,
that
yeah.
Obama did not do,
You
and
know what my
Biden
son does?
did not do.
You know what my son does? My son picks up his room.
Okay.
You know what? You know how he does it? We make a mess of his entire room. He picks up 3 cars and he's like, "Yeah, papi. Ya terminé." That's literally what Trump is doing. He's taking a shit on the entire floor, taking 2 scoops out, and then be like, "Look how much better it looks." That's literally what he's
Why are
doing.
you so literal? Like, why can't you just like accept that some people, the way they portray their message is by exaggeration? Like, that's literally a
Because
salesman tactic.
that's how
You used to be
authoritarianism takes-
a salesman. You should know that when you make sales, you have to
I
exaggerate.
don't want a salesperson. I'm sorry. I don't want like.
Well, maybe that's the
to
problem.
all my T-Mobile people out there, I'm sorry. I do not want a salesperson out like as president.
Well, maybe-
I just do
you
not.
know what? Maybe-
I do not.
Well, then there you
because
go.
some of the scummiest people that I've ever
I'd rather a
met.
salesperson because they know
Some
how
of
to
the
sell.
scummiest.
They know how to sell a
scummiest
message.
people. Yes, and you know how they sell? By slamming people.
Not everybody does that. I'm not
I'm
not a slammer.
The best sellers usually
I'm very technical.
usually have some kind of slamming because when push comes to shove,
disagree with
they do. When push comes to shove and your life is on it, you do whatever it takes. Yes or no?
I disagree with that.
You disagree with that.
I'm a saleswoman and I would never fucking stomp on somebody's head to get to the top.
So you're in the minority in that.
I'm telling
I'll
you,
tell you straight
I'm
up.
really fucking good.
I'll tell you straight
And I'm
up.
telling you right now, I'm not one of those people. So you can't say every salesperson is like that.
Every
because
salesperson
I'm not one of those
at one
people.
point has at least tried to slam.
That's your perception.
My perception.
Yes, your perception. Your perception of salespeople is negative. My perception of salespeople is kind of nuanced. I've seen some shitty salespeople before, but I've seen some really good ones too. I've seen ethical
When you're
salespeople and I've
president,
seen
the
non-ethical
authority is
salespeople.
total. When you're president, the authority is total.
Is
Word
that
on
like your
word.
Bible? You're just like going
Word
back
on
to
no,
that
because
this
I
entire
go
time.
I
I mean,
go
to
by
be honest
quotes.
with you, you put a lot of intention into
I
it.
go
so
I go by
understand.
quotes and
I do. I go by quotes. I actually make my own quotes.
when you're president, the authority is total. Who said that?
I don't know who said that.
Donald Trump.
Authority is total. When you're president,
I'll only accept the election if I win. That's also a joke. That's also a joke, of course, because authoritarianism is not a joke, right?
oh shit, that's part of his book. What's his book called? Power, Laws of Power. That's one of the things from
That's
Laws
not
of
his
Power.
book.
No shit, it's not his book, but he got it from Laws of Power.
That's,
Don't accept defeat. That's part of that book. Don't accept
okay,
defeat is part of that book.
But there's certain moments
Which
where you are defeated, and guess what?
understand.
From those defeats, you learn.
Oh, I agree, 100%.
So as the president, why is it okay for him to be saying these things? Why is it okay?
I'm not saying it's
Why
okay,
do you allow
but
these
I
things?
am just,
Why do you not call
To
that
me-
out, but you call
to
every
me, it's
little tiny
not,
minute detail of Obama?
To me, it's I don't take it at face value, bro. That's why it doesn't faze me. I don't take it at face value. You do.
So
you
why
take
do-
it personal. I don't give a fuck.
His jokes always come at the
I
expense of
love that
democracy.
he even has jokes, dog. I love that he has jokes.
All his
what
jokes-
president has fucking jokes?
All his jokes are at the expense of democracy.
We're not a democracy.
Dog.
Stop saying that we're a democracy. We're not a democracy.
Okay, it's like at the expense of the balance of powers. There, it's the same thing.
Well, maybe because he believes the balance of powers was an illusion. Because I mean, look at what they did to him during his first term. It was literally.
So
an
he should be
illusion.
draining the swamp.
I mean, yeah.
But is he?
I don't know if he can do that in 4 years.
You think installing loyalists is draining the swamp? Dan
I think-
Bongino, Kash Patel,
I
Tulsi
think
Gabbard,
I think that would
RFK.
help. I think that would help if people trust you.
Hegseth.
If people trust you as their leader, yeah, that would definitely help because you're
Loyalty
all working,
over anything.
You're all working in unison.
Loyalty over anything is not draining the swamp.
Don't you think trust is important in a relationship?
I can have trust and disagree with certain people and still put them in
How do you
power.
know they don't disagree with each other? You're just following what the media is telling you to follow.
No, I'm saying what I see.
You're calling them loyalists.
Why did
which is what the
RFK
media says.
why did RFK go with Donald Trump? Was it not for power?
Because he asked Kamala Harris first, and they denied. They denied him. That's
And
why.
Exactly. It doesn't matter if
He
Kamala,
wanted
if
to
Kamala
be
would
in
have said
a
yes.
administration. He
Why?
wanted to be in an A administration.
Why?
Because he wanted a
Power.
role.
He wanted power.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that.
What's wrong with power?
It's the way that he's acquiring that power. He deserved that.
I mean,
He deserved to be there by just asking Donald Trump, "Hey, I'll lick your boot."
he
If
said
if you just
he
put me in
asked
power.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump said, "Yeah, let's come on in."
What did he ask him? I'll lick your boot.
I don't know, and neither do you. You're coming up with your own conclusion as to what he said. I don't know what he said. I know what. All I know is what I see.
And you don't
That's
see
it.
any loyalty at all.
Of course, there's loyalty.
Pam Bondi.
Yes,
Literally
I
parrots whatever
prefer.
Donald Trump says.
Okay, again, what is wrong with you trusting somebody you work with?
Because, dude, it's the level of loyalty. You can be loyal to a fault where it doesn't matter what the person is doing, you'll still be loyal to them. And those are the people that we need to get rid of.
So you think that they're what are you insinuating, that they're committing a crime because they're loyal to him?
No, I'm saying to look at the facts that he is not draining the swamp. After saying that he will drain the swamp.
I mean, if Tulsi Gabbard is giving a bunch of information to
a past administration that is no longer in power, and none of those people are in power anymore.
Committed crimes.
Who
against
committed crimes.
people, yes, they should be held accountable. Yes.
And the people and Donald Trump didn't commit any crimes.
None that they
No,
can.
he's not convicted.
Not that there was. It was all bullshit.
But he didn't get convicted. Did you see his testimony during that? Did you see the way that he talked about it?
The conviction was bogus. That's why it never actually happened. The mugshot only made him more popular. The lawfare only made him more popular. It was literal lawfare the entire time. So, I'm sorry, but if they actually had something, he would have been behind bars. They didn't have anything.
He's convicted.
He's not convicted because he's president. He's president. I'm sure you want him to be convicted.
He's actually convicted.
So
he's an actual felon.
So you want him behind bars is what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay, all right.
I want some level of accountability, but with
yeah,
people,
I do too. That's why I think
but
that
you
Obama
don't not for him.
and John
But you
Brennan
don't for
or
him.
whatever,
But you don't
if
for him
there is
because
no
everything he says is always a joke. 90 days and 90 deals.
If there's no evidence, then there shouldn't be any prosecution.
So-
give me evidence, Albenis. All you're giving me is
I'm
bullshit.
giving you the evidence.
That's not evidence.
I'm giving you the OBB.
That's not evidence.
What did you mean?
That's not evidence. That's a law that was passed by Congress and Senate. That is not
he
evidence.
pushed for, that he threatened primaries on.
So what? So did Obama. Obama threatened them to pass the fucking Obamacare.
And guess what?
So what?
And guess what?
So
that
what?
that's better for humanity. That actually
Oh, yes.
helps humanity.
Yeah, a
not
fat-ass
taking
fucking tax. A fat-ass fucking tax on the middle class is better for humanity.
who's added more to the deficit, Obama or Trump?
Well, that's not fair because
that's not fair.
Trump had a fucking pandemic during his time. That's not fair.
Dog.
You're comparing oranges and fucking apples, dude.
So who added more to the deficit,
If
Biden
you're
or Trump?
It was Biden. We already had this conversation. It was Biden. We already had this conversation.
Yes, we had this conversation, and I know for a fact that I'm right. That because I know what I saw, that he added more to the national debt than Biden did.
Yeah, because there was a pandemic. That's why.
I specifically said, and you can go back to the video, that it's excluding the pandemic relief. Excluding the pandemic relief, he wasted more money than Biden.
Okay.
Yes.
But made more jobs than Biden.
Dog.
Biden literally created fake jobs. Dog. Fake jobs. Federal jobs.
And you don't think he did?
Well,
he hasn't.
Yeah,
he hasn't because he did.
He's doing.
He did make fake jobs.
Border Patrol.
You believe in jobs? You believe in
fake,
teachers getting jobs in June?
What do you mean in June?
When does summer vacation start? When is school out of session? June, right? So how is it possible that 200,000 teacher and education jobs were added to the government in one day?
I don't know. I haven't even heard anything.
So the ADP came out with a report, and that's ADP. That is not a leftist. That is not the right. That is none of that shit.
Okay.
None of that. The ADP is literally just printing the reports that they get because they are a payroll company. They are a payroll company that gets information. So when they put out on their earnings report, hey, jobs are negative 33,000. The very next day, what did our government print? We're up 172,000. 1 day difference. And you can look it up. 1 day difference. What was the difference in jobs? Government education jobs. So who made the fake jobs?
Government education jobs.
Government educational jobs, as in not educational for the government. It's just government-based education jobs.
So like what? Teachers
and stuff. In June, by the way, in June.
I mean,
that's not wrong.
I don't know.
So you know about when Biden did it, but you don't know about when Trump did it.
I mean, I haven't heard of it.
That's the problem. That's what I've been trying to point out this whole entire time.
If that's what happened, then no. I mean, I don't agree with that either.
But that's my point.
I'd rather teachers than people not doing shit in the federal government.
You really so you still believe that
if
he made those jobs?
If I'm gonna choose one or the other, I would choose the teachers.
So you still believe that those jobs exist? That is not just a fake number that he came up with.
The teachers' jobs. I mean, I don't fucking know. Yeah,
you take everything that
fake. Sure.
Everything that he says is sacred to you.
No, I just if I haven't heard of it, I'm not gonna fucking tell you no, yes. I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard of it. I haven't looked into it.
So why can't we talk
There's
about
way
the
too much
negative
information for me to
things?
know everything about everything.
The negative things that he's been doing.
You've been talking. That's your job, honey. That's not my job. My job is to talk
You're
about
the one with
stories.
the platform.
Yeah, my job is to talk about stories and my opinion on the story. It's not to talk shit.
I'm not talking shit.
You are talking shit. You've been talking shit this whole time.
I'm talking about the real life story that's happening right now, and I've been trying to put real back the conversation.
You've been
from
saying
getting
that
reeled
he's
into
a
a different
fascist
conversation.
and we're in an authoritarian government. You've been saying that this whole fucking time.
And your only deflections are he's joking.
It's not a deflection.
Yes,
it's a comparison.
Your only responses are
you were okay with a fascist government under Biden.
But Biden did it.
You were okay with it.
But it's not a problem when Trump did it.
You were okay with it.
I am not saying that I was not.
Yes, you were. You were okay with it.
I've said,
you voted for Kamala Harris. You wanted a fascist government.
You don't know who I voted for.
Yes, you did. You said it on my live, my guy. You said it on live. We can go back to it if you want. I have a clip of you saying I voted for Kamala Harris, and I was like, no, what the fuck, bro? I thought you were gonna vote for that other chick, and you were like, no, I ended up voting for Kamala Harris. What do you mean you don't know who I voted for? You told me who you voted for. Get the fuck out of here.
Do you not see how you're deflecting?
I'm not deflecting. I'm calling you out. You voted for somebody who continued the Biden fascist
agenda. So show me the
agenda.
sections on the OBBB that you read that doesn't help the rich. Show me.
No, they help the rich. I did a whole live on this.
More than the poor.
Yeah, I literally did a whole live about this. Okay.
And that's okay.
Again.
So it's okay.
I said there's nuance to this. And I said this on my live. And I
read
recommend.
the nuance.
And I recommend. No, you didn't. You straight up just talked about the negatives about it. There is a nuance to this.
How do you think that I pulled out the negatives?
The rich
do you think I just pulled it out of my ass? It's just you're assuming on me.
No. The rich are getting permanent. They're getting permanent cuts. While the middle class are just getting temporary reliefs. I literally said this on my life. I'm not okay with that. I'm on board there. What I'm not okay with is you insinuating that the rich getting permanent cuts, it's a bad thing. I don't agree with that. That's where we're at. Now, the reason why I believe they put the temporary relief on the middle class is because they're using the middle class benefits as a fucking political football, which I'm not okay with either, but politics is it's a dirty game. And they're going to say, well, Democrats, if you want to continue helping the middle class and the poor, you're going to have to vote on this and extend them or make them permanent. Am I okay with that? No. But at the end of the day, that's fucking politics. So we agree that it shouldn't have been temporary. It should have been permanent, just like the rich stuff was permanent. But I don't agree with you that making the rich protected was a bad thing. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with you punishing the rich.
Okay, so
I'm not there.
So you can't see the pattern. You can't see the pattern of wealth accumulating at the top being a bad thing. It's never happened
It's
before.
not accumulating at the top.
But
it's
it is
literally
when you're protecting. Yes,
you're
when
protecting their assets.
Okay,
and you have a
okay. No,
why
but listen.
shouldn't you
No, but
protect their
listen.
assets? They
What are you
worked
doing
for
when
it.
you're saving? What are you doing when you're saving money?
I mean, I recommend.
What are you doing
I
when you're
recommend
saving
not
money?
to save and to invest. That's what I recommend.
What are you do? Oh, it doesn't matter the way you're saving. Whether you're investing, putting it under the mattress.
It does matter.
Putting it down your
Because
dog's throat.
if
Putting it
you
like
save,
it
the money's not going
literally
anywhere.
doesn't matter.
The money's not going anywhere.
At the end of the day, what are you doing to it? When you're not spending it, what are you doing it?
Nothing. It's just
You're
there.
shielding it. You're protecting it.
Okay.
So what happens when you're saving that money? Does it not accumulate? Does it not grow?
It depends where it's at. If it's just in a regular savings account, no, it doesn't fucking grow.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't, because the bank wouldn't fucking
If
use it.
I put $1 now and I put another dollar in later and I put another dollar in
the
later,
bank will use the savings account you have. That's why rich people don't
does
have
it not
savings
belong
accounts.
to me at the end of the day?
No,
Does
it belongs to the bank because the
God.
bank is the one who has
Can
it.
I not pull it out? Can
Well,
I not say, hey, I want that
If
money?
it's not there, how the fuck you gonna pull it out, bro? If it's not there, how you gonna pull it out? They can use that shit. How are you gonna pull it out?
How are you so anti-banks? But like, I don't understand. I really don't. You're so anti-banks, but you still want people to pay their debt that banks committed like fraud to.
I'm like kind of in and out with banks. We need them, but we shouldn't trust them. That's where I'm at. We need them. We need banks, but we shouldn't trust them. That's where I'm at. You know, it's not. I don't have most of my money in the bank because I don't trust the bank.
That's fine. But so just say you're not putting it in the bank. That's why I said the example that I gave. Let's say you put it in this cup. I put in 10 cents in the cup. Then I put another 10 cents.
It accumulates.
It accumulates, right?
Okay.
And
yes.
what are these tax cuts doing?
Allowing it to continue accumulating.
And what happens when wealth accumulates more and more and more at the top? What is the pattern that I showed you at the very beginning of this?
Okay, you are insinuating or you're predicting or you are assuming or you're theorizing, whatever it is, that by rich people protecting their wealth, it makes people poor. Is that what you're saying?
No. I am saying that accumulating wealth at the top is a problem. Whether it affects us
Why
as
is
it makes
that a
us...
problem? Why is it wrong for them to protect their wealth?
Because I can see patterns, and maybe this is just me and my retarded ass that doesn't know how to read patterns correctly. But when I see the French Revolution and the causes of that there was, onion
I hope
soup.
we don't ever become.
You know
the French.
onion soup? Onion soup. Do you know what? Do you know the story behind onion soup in France? Onion soup was created because the French were so poor that all they had was soup, water, mushrooms, and bread. And they used that to make food. That's all that they had. Why? Because the wealth was accumulating at the top. And every rule, law, a mandate, whatever you want to call it, that was being passed was beneficial only to the wealthy, or mostly to the wealthy. With the USSR, the same thing to a lesser effect was also happening. There was people that were living in the snow with nothing.
You're comparing governments that are nowhere near as powerful and as rich as ours.
I'm just pointing out, the French Revolution happened at the peak of the French. Those are the same people that helped us become the country that we are today. It's the same. It's the same time period.
It doesn't change the fact that their systems are not our systems. We don't have the same system.
You said power. You said that those countries are not big enough, or those weren't powerful enough.
No, it's not even about power. It's about the system they have is not our system. We have the best system ever created in modern fucking
So tariffs
history.
are good.
That again, you say they're bad. I say I rather that over taxation.
Most economists that are not loyal to Trump will say that tariffs are...
Milton Friedman would disagree with you, and Thomas Sowell will disagree with you, and they're not loyalists. Exactly. Thomas Sowell is about to croak any moment. Rest in peace when you do. And Milton Friedman
They say that the other countries pay for the tariff.
They actually are. They explain why tariffs are not a bad thing, and I recommend you highly listen to it. Because
it's not
you're
about
only
whether
following
it's not
leftist,
whether about tariffs
economists.
are a bad thing or not. I'm saying
You are
who-
saying they're a
yes
bad
because
thing.
of who pays for the tariffs in this
Then
specific
why are they
moment.
saying it's a good thing?
Who's saying that it's a good thing?
The fucking any libertarian economist will literally tell you that tariffs are not a bad thing.
Dog.
They will literally explain it to you. I'm not an economist, but the way they explain it makes fucking
Who
sense.
do they say pays for the tariffs?
Both.
Dog.
It's the company, and it's mainly the company and the country,
Because
not the
when
fucking
you're
customer.
when you're trading, it's a trade.
And at the end of the day, the customer has
It's a
options.
trade.
You can
It's a
choose what
trade.
price
It's
you wanna
going
pay for.
both ways. That's why they say both. It's going both ways. It's
Yeah,
a
but
trade.
who has the high demand? We do.
No, dude.
Yes, we have the demand. not
Exactly.
them.
Even worse.
So they need us. They
And
need
who's
us.
paying for it?
They should be the ones paying for it.
But they're not. But they're not. Tariffs are known to be
Okay.
a tax on
We'll
the
see.
consumer.
We'll see
It's not
who
about
ends
we'll
up being
see. It's
right.
already happening.
No, it's not happening.
Inflation is up to 2.7%
Okay.
already.
Sure.
The goal is 2. They're at 2.7. That's
Okay.
not small.
No, sure. I mean, maybe they're controlling it some way. Regardless, we'll see.
But it's not a we'll see. It's already happening.
I'm letting it.
plus,
Shit goes up and down all the fucking time.
plus you're saying that these tariffs are
when
a
the fucking
deal.
liberation day happened, everybody was losing their shit, and everything went back up again.
Why?
So I'm hearing the
Why?
we'll see.
Why did everything go back up?
Because people were fucking scared shitless, and then
Why did
and
it
then
go-
he lowered it, and then it went back up.
He chickened out.
He didn't chicken out. It's
He-
called
no.
it's called maximalist.
He chick-
It's
no, no,
called
no.
maximalist.
No.
Yes, it is.
He
Look
chickened
it up.
out. There's still no deal with with
a
most
type
other
of
countries.
Deal making. You go
With
max
most other
level,
countries, there's
and
still
then
where are
you
the
lower
deals?
it.
Where are the deals? Because after that he said 90
They
deals in
are-
90 days.
they are
Where
making the deals.
90 deals, 90 days.
When he ends up making the
His
deals,
words,
I
90
want to know where you're at afterwards.
Yeah, for sure. 90 deals, 90 days.
Okay, that's fine. Let him make
Did
the
he,
deals.
Did he do that?
No, he didn't. Who the fuck is gonna believe that?
Why the fuck would he say it?
Because he wanted to. You have the right to say what the fuck you want. You're in a free country, bro. For freedom of religion, freedom of fucking press,
It's a
freedom
false
of speech.
promise. I wouldn't promise if I was
wouldn't say it's a
president.
false promise because you have to be dumb to have believed it. To be honest with you, no offense.
I mean,
If
he
you
did.
believed
He
it, no
he
offense.
did say that his followers are dumb. Those are his words, not mine.
Sure, whatever.
The people,
I mean, can we go to Stephen Colbert?
dude. Is
Let me give you my theory with fucking Tulsi Gabbard. Okay, so the reason why I think that she brought out the story now Russiagate is because Russiagate and Epstein are linked because there's players involved in both stories. And I think timing is important. Obama is in both stories. John Brennan is in both stories.
Yeah.
Robert
both
Mueller is in
accountable.
both stories.
Hold them all
Clinton is in
accountable.
both stories. So that's why I think they're coming out at the same time. I don't think it's a distraction. I think it's a literal link from one story to the other.
So why does he talk so much more about one and literally tries to stop talking about the other one?
I don't know. You should ask him that question. I'm just saying my theory on it.
You
bro.
don't think that seems guilty? In your eyes, that doesn't seem
No,
like
guilty,
any kind of
guilty
guilt.
means you have to be actually convicted of a crime to be guilty, and there has to be evidence
You
behind
can't
it.
act
You are
suspicious.
innocent until proven guilty.
There's no act of suspicion.
No, I'm not
You
suspicious
can't
of
act
it.
suspicious.
No, because
no,
he has,
I can't act
he has-
suspicious.
No,
a
you
person.
can act. No, of course
so
you can.
he's
You
not
can act
acting
whatever you
suspicious.
want.
He's not acting suspicious
I mean,
at all.
to you, he is. Yeah.
To a lot of people, he is. To his
Sure.
own base, he is. I can show you the post.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you
There's
want
a
me
lot
to show
of,
you the
There's
post?
a lot of extremists who are
I can
fucking
show you the
losing
post.
their shit.
Where everybody's like saying, why are you not talking about the Epstein files? Why are you saying to stop talking? Those are his followers on his platform.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
Sure.
I don't know if you know this or not. Almost all of the people that are on Truth Social
Are his followers?
Are his followers.
Yeah, well, I'm not there, so I'm not that deep.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying that like most people that are his followers, like the deepest of the followers, are there.
People
The people that are most entrenched in his life.
People have a right to be suspicious. I'm not there. I'm sorry. I'm not there. Give me actual evidence and then I'll get there. I'm not there. That's where I'm at. I'm evidence-based. Give me evidence.
So something
and
you've agreed
I will start being suspicious. I'm
Before
not there.
before we move to media, because you're gonna see that media is controlling the whatever and whatever.
No,
I'm
gonna
gonna show you
about fucking Stephen Colbert.
Yeah, how
and,
Stephen
and,
Colbert. Yeah, but we're gonna talk about how Stephen Colbert is apparently too left or whatever. But I want to say
He's
something
very left,
before we
yes.
get onto
That's
that
why he's
because
getting
we're
canceled.
that's why I wanted to hit this right before
Because
we
he
talked
is so
about that.
left.
This
It's
is
crazy.
perfect. That's
They're
so
all
perfect.
left, by the way.
Get ready for this. Okay.
Yes, I'm ready.
So there was a conference or whatever, a press release that Jerome Powell did with Trump.
This is the one where they're wearing
With the
little
hard
shirts.
hats. You
That
saw the
was
whole
funny
video.
as fuck.
You saw the whole video.
No, I didn't see the whole video.
You didn't see the whole video.
No, I only saw like a little part of it. I didn't see
Which
the whole
part?
video.
Which part? Because it's important.
The one where I don't know the one where they're talking where he takes
He
out,
pulls
like,
out the
little
paper and he
fucking
says about
paper.
a 5-year-old building, right?
Yeah, he's I think he said something about that he's thinking he's doing the overall cost, and then Jerome Powell's only like choosing like the current cost, and then there was a transition. I think I saw this in News Nation.
You're misintruding everything.
Okay, sure.
So
Go.
What was happening was that Trump was claiming with whatever that guy was, that the governor, whatever, I don't know who that is. They were saying that this whole project was going to be $3.2 billion,
Which is ridiculous. That's like 4 times more than the Empire State Building.
As a way to talk garbage on Jerome Powell, right?
Smart move.
Super smart move. But I wonder who appointed him again.
It was him.
Oh my God! Wait, I can't remember right now.
It was
Who
him.
appointed that? Who appointed too late Jerome? Too late Powell.
It was him.
It was Donald Trump.
Just
the
like
same
he
person
fucking-
that this year said he's trash. He did so and so, whatever. That same person. But anyways,
I mean, if he's not doing a good job, he should get fired.
He appointed him. He appointed him.
So yeah, he can appoint people, and if they don't do a good job, he should get fired.
But he was great the first 4 years. Anyways, that's not my point. He was trying to.
But now he's not doing good, so he should leave. Supposedly he's gonna leave it next May. Let's see
I'm
if that's
telling
true.
you right now, and I know you won't believe this because you're like, I don't know what it is.
I mean,
you have to be against everything that I say.
No, I'm questioning you. I'm not
Jerome Powell is the only reason why this economy has not faltered heavier. He's the only reason why. He's been holding on to the interest rates. He's been doing everything not perfectly, not masterfully, but he has a way with words that he goes and talks to those press release literally this week, Tuesday and Wednesday. He will go up there and he will talk and he will say words in such a majestic way that
that guy is boring as fuck, bro. Get the fuck out of here. I've
majestic
heard him.
to the people that are in the stock market.
He speaks like
yes,
this,
and you know
bro,
what
I feel
he
like
does.
I'm falling asleep when I'm
and
watching
you
it.
know what? Yes, and you know what the problem with that is? That the people that are invested in the stock market believe every word that he says.
Okay, good
so
for him.
when Jerome Powell says we're good, we're fine, don't worry about it, inflation is transitory. His words. Inflation is transitory right before the 9% peak.
But it wasn't transitory.
But it wasn't transitory. His words.
Yeah, it wasn't transitory. I don't even know why anyone would believe that.
And yet we're hitting all-time highs. It's not Trump. Not only Trump. Jerome Powell is a big reason as to why, and he's shitting on him. But that's not the reason why I brought this up. That was a side note. Okay. The reason that I brought that up is because you said that he controls narratives. So to me,
because the media does too. So he has to control.
What is he doing in that moment? Is he not controlling the narrative? Is he not saying that a 5-year-old building? By the way, 5 years ago was 2020. Who was president in 2020?
Biden. Well, it was him.
Donald Trump.
And then Biden became president.
Okay. If it finished, if that building finished 5 years ago, when were the funds allocated for that building? When were they allocated for that building? Prior to those 5, right? It couldn't have been that they allocated the money after the building was made, right? They had to allocate the funds before the building was made.
Why are you even fixing the building? Like, why is that even a priority right now?
It's not about fixing the building.
Renovating, whatever. Why are you renovating right now? This is not the time.
Trump approved it. This is what I'm trying to get to.
Okay, he approved it.
5 years ago was 2020, and the funds were allocated before the building was made, which means that it was firmly in the Trump administration that the funds were allocated for that. So how can he say now that a 5-year-old building is an added cost to this project that is new?
Dude, he's a fucking developer. He knows more about that than anybody else.
He's trying to manipulate the story to antagonize Jerome Powell.
I mean, sure. If he thinks he's doing also a bad job.
So do you know what he posted
Yeah.
on True Social? Do you think that he posted the whole clip of Jerome Powell calling him out on his bullshit?
Jerome did not call him out on
Yes,
his
he
bullshit.
did.
Jerome literally, I saw that clip.
called him
Jerome
out on his
literally
bullshit.
was saying, oh, he literally, Jerome called him out on his bullshit and then he took out the fucking paper. That's what happened. I saw the clip.
Yes, and then, no,
saw the
al
clip.
revés. Trump was like, it's 3.2 billion, and he was like, what? No, it's not 3.2 billion. And then that's when Trump was like, oh, but this. And then Trump pulled out the paper,
Right,
and then
that's what I
that's when Jerome Powell opened the said paper and was like, oh, but you're including a 5-year-old building
Yes, I saw
that already had the funding allocated before. He didn't have to say that last part, but it's important. The funding was already allocated, so we should cut out that 3.2 billion.
Why would you cut out that if that's part of
Because
the
it's
whole
already
project?
done.
Doesn't
Because
matter. It's part of the project.
It's already done.
It's part of the project.
He let that part of the project happen. Trump did.
Doesn't matter. It's part of the project. It's part of the project.
He's trying to create a story. You can't see that?
Sure, of course he's trying to create a story. He wants that guy to fucking lower rates, dude. He wants them to lower the rates.
You think that lowering rates is a good thing? Historically, when have we lowered rates? Tell me. Historically, when have we lowered rates? When things are fantastic?
When things are not good.
Exactly. So if things are so good, why the fuck should we lower rates if things are so good right now?
I mean,
if things are so good and so dandy,
if people cannot buy right now,
if tariffs are enough, why do we need to?
If people cannot afford to buy a home, you have to lower the rates.
No,
rates now
are separate from the cost of the home are separate from the interest rates.
Okay.
Those are two separate entities.
It still affects real estate.
Yes,
it affects real estate,
and it affects the whole economy. It affects businesses too.
Sure.
Dude, you can't see. So we are in a good time.
So what you're saying is Jerome Powell is right. Secretary of Treasury is wrong.
No, I'm not saying anybody is right or wrong.
I mean,
the only person that I'm saying,
you are saying he's right, and you are saying that these people are if they're not agreeing with him, then they're wrong. Because this guy I'm
saying that this whole thing since 2008 has been mishandled. Every single.
I agree with you. Sure.
So then why can't we focus on trying to fix the issue? These people that have platforms like you, these other people that are Newsmax, that are on the media.
I appreciate you, but my platform is not that big.
It doesn't matter. At one point, this clip, like one of our clips could literally go viral and like those are the things that are being said out into the world.
Fair enough.
Right? So why can't we say, hey, the things that you're doing aren't beneficial in any way? Try something new. Try something different.
Because perhaps they don't agree with you. They don't agree with.
But there's so many people that agree.
I don't agree with you, and there's a lot of people like me. So that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe if he ends up being wrong, then he ends up being wrong.
And by that point, it'll be too late.
No, we're just gonna, dude. We came out of the Great Depression. Like you think so negatively of this country. You think that we can't come out.
You know what it took to get out of the Great Depression?
It doesn't change the fact that we did. That's the fact.
So you want us to live through the Great Depression to then get out of it?
It's the fact that we are resilient and we can fucking handle it.
Resilient. What a funny word.
Like we are.
What a funny ass word, dude.
Like. Stop being so fucking negative.
I'm pointing out the truths. I'm pointing out the truths that you can't seem to see.
You are pointing out your perspective, not the truth. You are not the
Tariffs
truth. You
are
are
the
a
truth.
person who thinks you're right. That's not the truth.
No.
You think you're right.
There are certain things that are factual. There are certain things that are factual in life.
If it's factual, why do libertarian economists disagree with you? It's obviously not factual. If there's economists who disagree with your perspective.
Literally ask, oh my God, dude. Like, who pays for tariffs? Who pays for tariffs, dude?
Can we talk about South Park? Damn.
Sure.
All right, please. I want to talk about South Park.
It's so infuriating to me, dude. I'm actually.
All right, let's talk about South Park. You need to like watch some shit that's more fucking enlightening.
Some more brainwash.
All right, so check this out. So Paramount made a deal with South Park. Okay, right. So just to give you a little backstory here. On July 23rd, 2025, South Park launched its 27th season premiere titled Sermon on the Mount. In it, the show delivers brutal satire of Donald Trump, depicting him naked in bed with Satan and mocking his tiny genitalia with explicit scenes intended to critique Trump's legitimacy, yeah, you got it, and influence over Paramount. That episode also skewered Paramount itself, satirizing the company for settling a $60 million lawsuit with Trump, canceling the Late Show with Stephen Colbert, and running the pro-Trump messaging, essentially showing Paramount kowtowing to Trump. The timing is striking. Creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone had just signed a $1.5 billion 5-year deal, 15 new episodes with Paramount Plus, and moved the series exclusively to streaming there as part of a major shift from Comedy Central. Despite Paramount requesting censorship of the most graphic Trump scenes, the creators refused. They circumvented the network standards and practices by adding googly eyes to Trump's genitals, treating them as a character so they would look like intent instead of obscenity. Under Biden, South Park's freedom was quietly restricted. During Joe Biden's term, despite all the talk of free speech and creative liberty, South Park faced unusual censorship pressures, particularly from corporate entities like Paramount Global, which leaned more cautious due to DEI narratives, fear of backlash over cultural and political content, internal legal and PR pressure to avoid offending protected groups. The Paramount Plus deal, inked in 2021, Biden's first year, promised 14 movies and new seasons, but several episodes were delayed, edited, or watered down, including those touching race, transgender issues, and satire of political figures like Biden, Harris, and Zelensky. I would have loved to have seen that shit. Creator Matt Stone and Trey Parker made subtle public comments about having to work around notes from corporate lawyers, even joking that South Park was getting harder to make because everyone was afraid of being canceled. Under Trump, South Park just nuked him on day one. Now that Trump is back in office as of January 2025, one would expect more censorship, because apparently to you he's a fascist, but paradoxically, the show dropped one of the most brutal portrayals of Trump ever, naked in bed with Satan, googly-eyed generals talking, the town creating a religion around him, a mocking sermon, mocking his followers, and controlling
And what was
the
his
media.
reaction?
Well, he didn't have a reaction.
No, he didn't.
The spokesperson...
He tweeted about it. The White House itself.
Spokesperson talked about it, but the facts are...
That's part of the facts.
Can you let me talk? The facts are Paramount allowed it to air even though they were diluting and watering it down under Biden. So they literally allowed it to air, and they have a lawsuit with Trump, and they allowed it to air. So if you watch South Park...
Can we have, like...
Can you let me finish?
I'm sorry, it's just the next time that I come, if I ever come again... If you ever have me again,
I'm always gonna have you again. If you're willing to come, is really where it's at.
Only under this condition. I cannot.
Why can you allow me to speak when I'm trying to fucking explain something?
Because everything is but Joe Biden, but Obama, but the left, but the Bill Clinton. But we don't talk about the fucking guy that's in power.
I have a right on my show to speak, and you are interrupting me. Okay. So let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
In the actual episode, it shows that they're making fun of Trump under Trump's administration. The administration that people are saying it's the most censored administration ever.
I never said that.
Okay, sure. We can go back to clips. That's what you said, but okay.
I never said.
You did say that.
Demonization of the media, as in the press. As in who did he kick out of the press pool?
One person, the AP, who was super left.
Not only
but
that.
Okay.
No. The Associated Press, which is not super left. In fact, it's been super center.
And
every single chance that he gets a chance to, he will take a jab at CNN. He will take a jab at every.
And he can do that. He can do that.
That's demonization of the press.
He can do that.
That's authoritarianism. That's separate from censorship.
The entire time, he has a right to demonize the press if the press demonized him.
He didn't demonize Obama, but Obama didn't say shit to him.
You're right. He instead used an intel community to weaponize him, which is 10 times worse. So in the comedy skit. What they're literally saying is, fuck you to Paramount, because Paramount is kissing ass to Donald Trump because they had to pay out the fucking lawsuit because CBS is fucking retarded. Sorry, CBS. And literally did a whole edit of Kamala Harris' 60 Minutes, which maybe
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up. Perfect. That'll bring me right back.
That's a good thing.
I will bring it right back. This is straight from him. Straight from him. And I'm sorry that to the camera that I won't be able to show you. This is not an edit. I'll send you the clip now, the full clip.
Can you just send him the clip?
This is the full video. Of him and Jerome Powell. Look. This is not a bad edit. Where's them talking? Why is he scared? This is his Truth Social. You're saying about how CBS edited a video, which is not even a bad edit. In my opinion, it's not even a bad edit. But this that he's doing. Listen. Let me finish now. Let me finish now. He's literally putting on Truth Social that only that part of them walking into the Federal Reserve or the building, whatever the fuck that they're building. But he doesn't put the whole clip. I have the whole clip. I will show.
Everybody has the whole clip.
Okay. So then,
how is that worse than what 60 Minutes did? It was a campaign.
It's not about being worse. It's about it being the same exact thing.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
What do you mean?
It's not the same.
It's about controlling the narrative. No.
It's not the same.
Oh, it's not. So it's controlling the narrative when it's Kamala, but it's not controlling the narrative when Donald Trump is doing it.
It was a campaign.
Rules for thee, but not for me.
She was running a campaign to become president, dude. What do you mean it's not the same? And you want to talk about?
And he's already president.
Okay.
So why should he need to?
What is your point?
Why should he need to control the narrative in that way?
Because the media controls the narrative.
But it's him. I showed you a Truth Social.
So what? Not everybody's on Truth Social, dude. Not everybody's on Truth Social.
But the people that follow him the most.
No, they're not. A lot of people that follow him the most are on X. They're on X.
No. How can you say that if you're not on Truth?
I think his haters follow him the most on Truth Social. You're on Truth Social, bro. I'm pretty sure right now there's a lot of you on Truth Social just following him and complaining about everything he does.
An outgoing president intentionally and with malice or forethought fabricated and disseminated phony intelligence in order to have an incoming president falsely impeached. That isn't treason. If that isn't treason, nothing is. There will be no. Yes, I'm reading you Truth Social post so you can see. There will be no justice under Obama and Hillary or arrested for their crimes. I assume you'll want to sell facing Mecca. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200, and it's Trump with Biden in the background. like how can you say that the people that follow him the most are not on Truth Social?
That's funny as fuck.
I don't give a fuck about it being funny when it's so serious. These are people's lives that are in danger.
Oh my God, poor them. They ruined people's fucking lives. They literally killed people during COVID. They gave us fucking experimental shots. Poor fucking them.
You're outrageous.
Oh my God.
That's outrageous.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
You're outrageous.
Guys,
that's outrageous.
We had an amazing show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did.
I hope you enjoyed it more than me. That's for sure. That's for
guys, follow me on Instagram, Mary_Truth. It's MARY_Truths. I talk a lot on there and on TikTok as well. See you guys next time. Albenis, hopefully he has the stamina to come back.
I'd say to follow me.
I'm always ready.
I'd say to follow me, but apparently everything I say is a lie anyway. So whatever. Don't follow.
Isn't your shit private?
It's just my name. It's Albenis Gil Jr. If anybody wants to follow me,
I'll put his tag on my story.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much. Stay tuned. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like and share, and I'll see you guys next.